And I probably have been muted the whole time. Great. Okay. Well, good thing nobody's here. Um. Hey, Duck. How are you? I was muted. So anyway, I started this panel so we could finish up over there from objective ethics panel because I think he was wanting to go eat. So we'll see if everybody makes it over here. And maybe not. And if they don't, then I guess I'll get to cut it short. But everybody was kind of in the middle of a conversation, so I thought I would just kind of share that. Um, we'll see if anybody shows up or not. I think everybody was saying their final goodbyes. Um, I don't know what's going on here. It says that we're connecting to my channels. I have no idea what's going on here. Um, to activate chat, please enable channels. See, I don't know what's going on with this right here. Huh. I do not know. But can you hear me, Duck? I'm not even sure if anybody can hear me. Well, I guess I can. Yep, I guess I heard myself there. Okay, that's good. I don't know. Everybody's finishing up it over at OE, so I typed in chat. I don't know if OE will see it to announce it or not. As y'all probably know by now, someone may have attempted an assassination on our. Oh, thank you, Phantom. Attempted an assassination on our president like in the evening yesterday. I think there's a lot of information that they still have to gather on that, but political violence is never okay, even when you're a piece of shit like Trump. um, Phantom, I'm waiting. They were shutting down the panel over there on objective ethics, so I come over here to start up this, so maybe they could finish talking about what they were talking about. I don't know if they all saw it, and I don't know if they'll all make it over here. Um, hello, Big Jerry. How are you? I'm guessing that we maybe should have some people over here pretty soon. I think Simos was over there, and Hizzle was over there, and of course his Scott from the Mirror Point, Chris, um, the atheist Chris, Leo was there, and Austin Sims. Austin may be too tired to come on. He's kind of had a couple hours of pretty hard work there for a little while. He did put on a good show, and so if you go to iCloud, so if you go and watch to Objective Ethics channel and watch today's presentation, Austin had a great presentation, and then we had a very lively discussion, which involved Joseph from um, Kent Hovind's Joseph, who come on. So it was a very lively discussion we had going there. Interesting. It was yeah, I got a little more lively than actually I was hoping it would. So But I'm not like Maud. I'm not very good at standing up here and talking about not like I don't even know what to talk about. But hopefully, some of the panel members will come in here and they can have the panel, and then I can just kick back and not even have to worry about it because I didn't prepare for this. But we yeah yeah we'll talk. Phantom, I probably maybe know something about that I just rather not say on stream, but um, yeah, there's probably a um, good reason for that. And we have a guest. Let's see, Mr. Simos.
Yeah, hello. I saw you on your own, so I thought, well, I'll come in anyway and sit next to you for a little while.
Yeah,
Can't do any harm.
well, that's what I typed in chat and said that anybody could come on so y'all could talk since y'all were
Yeah,
still paneling.
I don't have anything really to say particularly,
Well,
but
me neither. You
but
you missed all the fun before you got there, actually.
I did. Yeah, I did, Joseph. Yeah. I like. It's probably a good thing because there were other people there. I mean, I'm not the best at, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
You got a little feisty around there.
Yeah, like yeah, I heard he was getting a little feisty. That's why when I came in, I just wanted to calm things down by saying, look, he made some good points. These are the good points I thought he made. They don't affect his argument, but they're still points.
There's Phantom,
So there you go.
Mr. Phantom.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's
Hello.
going good. How are you?
Uh, I wasn't able to watch the whole thing, but I was able to watch some of it.
Yeah. Claude's like, what did I miss? What did I miss? It was on objective ethics. It was Austin Sims was there giving a presentation um on evolution.
Yeah, always controversial to a particular group of theists, you know.
Yes. See, we had a debate last night on that chat, which I posted. I posted a link to objective ethics conversation on my community post. So
Mm.
I'm not sure how Joseph got there. Like if he came through my post, or if he came through because Stephen was over on that channel last night watching the debate that we were hosting last night too. So I
What
wasn't.
debate was it last night?
It was it was two Christians that were debating on whether Paul had taught different stuff than Jesus did.
Mm.
It was two Christians, Ace Philosophy and the guy named Nathaniel. Have you seen him? That's on Objective Ethics channel a lot. His name's Nathaniel.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't. It's
I've seen
Taurus
nothing.
something neat. Taurus something Productions or something. I can't remember. He has a really long name, kind of weird name, but his name's Nathaniel. And OE had asked me to moderate the debate, and because he thought he had double booked himself, and then he texted me back and said, "No, I didn't, but I want you to still help me." And so I wrote down questions. And hello, Dave. How are you? I hope you're feeling good today. And we managed to get through all eight. What was it, eight things of the atheist on Dave's channel last night? So if you haven't seen that, go to Captive Desk and subscribe and watch Saturday Night at the Atheist. Infamous watering hole for both guys and gals. Where's the infamous watering hole at?
Oh, the Wokenstoke.
Hey, anybody? The link should be pinned up there. If anybody wants to come on, hey Minnow. And Chris Moore. Chris, I posted the link up there if you're wanting to come in. Um,
Chris might be watching on my channel.
no, he was over at Objective Ethics. Um,
Yeah, I
on the
know. I'm saying I don't see it in your chat, so he might be watching through my channel. I should
oh
probably post the link on my channel.
that's right. You're okay. You linked up. Okay. And hello, anybody that's over on Phantom's channel. Um, but you can't pin that thing, can you? To yours? Can you
Oh
pin
yeah,
it?
I can. I'll just hop over to my YouTube studio, post the link, and pin it. It's not isn't a hard thing to do.
Okay. Can you? I mean, you don't have to. They can, or what? However you want to do it. Whatever you want
I,
to do.
I don't get a whole lot of people watching on my channel, but
Yeah.
3 or 4 usually.
We don't really have a topic necessarily. They were most of the people. A lot of these people were over on the panel at Objective Ethics, and they were discussing evolution. And I just told them that they could come on over here and join in on the continue on the conversation if they want to. So
Oh, I thought they were talking about like consciousness and stuff. That's what
they
I heard.
whatever. Well, it was like his presentation was on consciousness. I mean on evolution, but it kind of evolved into like a whole bunch of stuff.
Mm.
Like you know how
I
those evolutionary talks go.
Yeah, I missed Austin's presentation. I just when I came in,
Oh, it was a
people
really
were
good
talking.
presentation. Really good. I mean, very thorough. He had really good you know slides and everything. So it was really good. He put a lot of work into it. And I'll post the link here after a while in chat if anybody wants to go over there and watch that. Objective Ethics is the channel. And okay, is that Sean? Hello, Sean. Sean was from the chat over there.
Hmm.
Welcome, Sean. If anybody wants to come up on panel, the link should be pinned. We'll see. I don't know if Austin will come or not. I don't know how tired he's been working for quite a while there. And here's Chris. Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Hello.
Uh, well, I haven't really gone to the the evolution thing with Austin. Just kind of popped in, popped out. Had other things to do though, namely the fact that today is my birthday.
Oh,
Oh,
happy
happy
birthday!
birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, 35,
Oh,
and
Oh, young and sprightly.
yes.
yeah.
I wish I
And
was
also,
35 again, sort of. I don't know. I was going through a pretty rough time in my life at 35, though. So
yeah,
I don't
and
know if I
also the
want to go
fact
back.
that I also share my birthday with my twin too. Well, not sorry, it's just that sorry, I'm a twin, so
I didn't
that's
know that.
It's kind of weird that you guys share the birthday.
well, it's I didn't share birthday. Well, it's just you know what I mean. Like it's just like well, he's in Nova Scotia anyway, and I'm in Ontario, so you know, Eastern Ontario. So it's like yay. But it's just a kind of giving a quick call, and the fact is that like he's 1 hour in advance from me anyway. So yeah, but anyhow, thanks for the well wishes.
Yes, happy birthday.
Mm,
And happy birthday to your brother. Me and my sister are 3 years and 1 day apart. We almost got the same birthday.
really?
Well, hold on a second, Robin. He said twin. He didn't say twin brother.
Yeah, twin brother.
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
twin. Yes, my twin brother.
You are correct, though, Phantom. He did not say twin brother, but
Yeah, it's anyhow. It's just I kind of forget that sometimes like the conjugation of needs to apply because anyhow in French it's very you know anyway it
wait,
has a
are
hmm?
you identical twins?
No, we're fraternal. I do not look like my twin, and he doesn't look like me whatsoever. It's basically like well, for most of the features, it's like like you would kind of see us as brothers, and that's it, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. But yeah, it's just that we coincidentally, and he's older too. I'm the young one.
About
By
like 5 minutes.
about a minute or five, yeah, right about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so hell, but that's life. Anyway,
Yep.
so about
But I hope you
the
had a good birthday.
yeah, well, it's just like quietly just kind of like getting calls from relatives and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's like every what? Like every hour or a half hour or 45 minutes, like people called me, and it's like, yeah. Anyway, but
At least they remember.
that's good. Sorry, that's true. Anyway, so
Hey, Simos, I noticed that Sean that was in chat said he was from England.
Oh, okay. Great.
Actually, he said he was from London, England. That's what he said in
Oh,
there.
okay. Lovely.
Of course, I'm sure you figured out that Simos is English.
well,
I'm sure
yes.
you could probably tell by his.
You sure are full of assumptions tonight, Robin.
Well,
Getting there.
I'm not assuming. I kind of know that Samos is from England. But
Well,
yeah,
he does has the standard London English accent, so yeah. But
Ah, okay. Southeast. Yeah. Nice.
well, well,
I don't know. I don't know anything about like the different various dialects of the English, but I can usually tell the English like from the Australians. That's pretty good, I think,
yeah.
because a lot of people get them mixed up.
hmm Well, it's kind of a couple of myriad of spruce, spruce accents. However, I can't really tell you like geographically, like where's where, but it's just that I know by focal sound it's basically the standard, pretty much almost. So typically what you hear out.
I don't. I don't. He said I'm a Cockney. I have no idea what that means.
Cockney. That's yeah, yeah.
Simos, can you explain that?
Say again for me. What was the question?
He said he was a Cockney.
A Cockney. Yeah, that's from a particular part of London.
Oh,
Yeah.
Supposedly within earshot of the Church of. Oh, you can hear Bow Bells from where you were born, or something like that. Is
oh,
the
Mhm.
okay.
official definition. But Cockney just tends to be East London now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Skyworks says I'm a fraternal twin. My brother was born before midnight, and I was born after midnight, and yet we have the same birthday on our birth certificates.
Well, it happens. So anyway, so
I
yeah,
guess the doctor just counts whenever they come in there to work.
yeah, pretty much. It's it's basically it's like the birthing ward is like its own ecosystem essentially. So from everything else, because immune systems from newborns, and also the mothers are in pretty much precarious positions. So yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I remember. I remember. When was it? Oh yeah. I think I was in my teens, and a girl asked me what sign I was born under, and I said maternity.
There you go.
Yeah.
Spooky had a message for you.
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Good one, Spooky. How are you, Spooky? It's good to see you. There's
Oh,
anyone
Robin, you
else?
didn't pin the link.
I didn't.
No, you posted it, but you didn't pin it.
Well, I
I
thought I.
got from Phantom's channel, but anyway.
Hey Jimmy, hey Jimmy, how you doing?
Okay, well I get it. I thought I pinned it.
Oh, you didn't pin it, but you did put it in chat.
But I clicked that little pin. Now is it pinned?
No.
Well, I don't guess I know how to pin it then. Let's see.
So click on the little three dot menu, and there's pin message.
Hmm. I
um,
don't know.
Yeah, it's somebody said something about that the other day. Earlier, they said, "Oh, YouTube changed where it's pinned," but it wasn't changed for me.
Uh, it's showing up at the bottom of the chat instead of at the top now.
Well, I don't know how to.
It
I don't know
wasn't
how
like
to.
that for me.
well, like a couple of months, I went to Humanity live TV, I think, with Tommy and Scott, I think, and it's like just the fact that if we didn't have our camera on, Restream would basically
Oh,
just put it.
Robin. Sorry, Chris. You have to do it from YouTube. I don't think you can do it from Restream.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. You have to go to your YouTube chat and do it in there. Sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just it just hit me that what was going on with Robin.
Eh, well, anyway, and well, sorry, what I was going at is that a couple of months back, the Restream wouldn't register like your attendance, uh, as in having your screen with an image. It would just kind of fade into the background, and it would only work unless if your camera was on. So yeah, and yeah, that was awkward for a while. So yeah,
Oh yeah, it's pinned. It's pinned now, Robin.
Mm. Anyway.
Fandom is my tech guy.
Nice, nice.
I
Hey,
didn't
listen,
know
I hate to duck out, but I'm going to go to bed early tonight. So thank you so much. I just thought I'd come in because I saw you were on your own.
that. Okay,
But
thank
now
you.
you got a few other people. I'm glad to leave you with some good company.
All right, see
So
you, Simons.
See you,
yeah,
Simon.
nice to see you both. Thanks, Phantom. Thanks, Chris. Good to see you again. Cheers,
Yeah,
bye.
get some
Cheers.
rest. Everybody, I'll put Samos's channel in the description, and I'll post it here in a minute too in chat. Please subscribe to Samos. He is like I don't know, maybe 10 subscribers from 500, so it'd be great to get him over that hump. Uh,
Oh,
you know,
he got down to 490.
I don't know. I haven't checked it, but I think
Oh,
maybe he
okay.
got a couple today because like OE pushed it and they. So like I'm hoping that he got some, but he's in striking distance. Very striking distance. Um, I haven't told Hizzle that I was. I don't know if Hizzle is here. I haven't.
Hizzle, he was in a voice channel on Discord. I saw.
Yeah, I
Well,
haven't told him.
I'll message him.
Okay,
well, Simons is 9 subscriber away from 500.
9. Okay, so he's gotten 3, I guess, maybe today. Then that's good. So
Yeah. Anyway, like I'm
Samos
not
Funk. You can go to Samos Funk.
well. I've subscribed to him a long time ago, but
Yeah, me
anyway.
too.
So yes.
But there might be somebody in here that, of course, you never know. Somebody might come in. If you're not subscribed to Samos, he loves a little Formula One car racing, and yeah, hello, Jill.
Oh, it's Jill.
Hey,
How are you?
never had a bad day in my life.
Oh my
How about
goodness,
yourself?
that's great. Are you having a good Sunday?
Oh yeah.
You know what? You know, Simos is probably going to say that you waited till he left, right?
Who's that?
Simos just left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just, I didn't mean you did, but I was just saying it's probably what he's going to say.
Oh, he's gonna say what? I'm sorry.
That you waited till he left.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he would say that.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything? Any guys? Have you guys have anything scheduled? Like I know that Phantom is doing his. Okay, I always say Link's Awakening. Sorry, but has a Zelda series going on.
Oh yeah. Um, I need to finish that. I kind
Well, you
of
don't need to, but
well, I'm on the last level. I need to beat the last level. I've been doing it offline, trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do, so I can um just do it on when I do it on the stream. It just goes more smooth.
yeah.
And been doing been I've been exploring that last level and in my free time. So
Well, that's good. Doing stuff retro, and
kind of, it's actually a new game. It's just he intentionally made the game look like the original Zelda.
yeah, true. Although it's like actually like I said, I'm sorry if I always refer it to as Link's Awakening because that was basically my first video game
Oh right.
handed, handed down to me by actually one of my aunts, ironically, um, and that was when the old Game Boy was like a box, and yeah, fun times. Although I had to, I had to basically, we had one cartridge, and we were like three. Well, um, basically sharing it. I was sharing it with my brother, and my older cousin at the time. So it's like, you know, yeah, like you're kind of sharing your gaming time and
Hmm.
yeah, and even later when we it was like Xbox and PlayStation. Well, it's more like Xbox, PlayStation 2, and Xbox 360 came out. We well, it's more like we would instead of doing 1 hour each, we would um, essentially do 3 hour sessions, and we would basically just like when we would play one game, and we would basically marathon it.
Okay.
And yeah, while like one would marathon it and play it while the other would basically watch, and yeah, it was good times. Even managed to solve a puzzle while doing backseat gaming.
There you go.
Yeah, so that and couch co-op. God, I miss that. So yeah, or a land party.
We used
Yeah,
to do LAN parties in high school. It
yeah.
was the big game for us was Descent.
Never heard of that.
It's it was a first person shooter from like 93 or 94. But
Look, I was a baby by that at that time, so
oh sure.
yeah.
It was a first person shooter, and it was you weren't a person. You were like in a hovercraft that could in on a space in a space station, and so like you could flip upside down and fly all over the place,
Mhm.
as opposed to being just a person on the ground or whatever.
Yeah. Well, the big LAN parties that I remember is when Halo came out.
Mm,
That and when well, Star Wars the Battlefront series.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, those two games that were basically very extremely popular, and yeah, and then everybody decided to go online, and for me, I just sat where I never went online that much unless I needed to, and so. But yeah, and
So
hmm?
go ahead.
No, sorry, I'm just kind of running my mouth a
Oh,
little.
okay. So Robin, was there something you wanted? Was there a topic you wanted to talk about tonight?
Actually, no. I just there was like a lot of people were still in the middle of talking over there at Objective Ethics panel, so I thought maybe that some of them wanted to come over here and finish up. But
Oh, okay.
I guess did you have something that you could share?
Uh, I you know I think they were talking about consciousness, and I mean personally, it seems to me like we're making it a lot more complicated than it really seems like it is to me, and it's probably just because I'm dumb and don't really understand what they're talking about.
Yeah, I think maybe there might be a lot of people that don't really know what they're talking about on when it comes to the consciousness thing. Um, I don't know what your views are, and like I'm not a neurosurgeon or a neuroscientist or anything, or not even an evolutionary biologist, but
Yeah.
my I kind of tend to think that it emerged um, from my brain, but I can't say that. I'm not gonna hold that as a dogma, but I haven't seen any evidence really that has convinced me otherwise. Let's put it that way.
Well, from a theistic perspective, as far as I understand um, by like observation, is that but in a larger sense, the um, idea that consciousness is a byproduct of survival is a very hard thing to swallow for theists to do, like for theists to swallow, and that's due to the fact that if you can explain that away to as in you're just basically passing over the soul debate, the free will debate, and all of that stuff like out of the equation,
Yeah,
and that is just a necessary part. Like sorry, the soul and free will are so um intrinsically to the identity, as you basically pointed out to me, uh to the identity of basically belief, but the belief in a god, um that it just kind of falls flat, and well, that everything else kind of falls flat, and that it's just a we're just essentially monkeys. We're still monkeys, just playing with sticks and stones, and just like you know, playing with fire at the same time, and not really knowing what we're, not really knowing what, not really knowing what we're doing. with ourselves. So anyway, but
But we've come a long way, I think.
yes, I agree, but it's just that it humiliates the position of explain that consciousness as a byproduct of being hyper aware of your surroundings and with the evolutionary pressures of advantages of being so aware that by the time we basically broke out of the sandbox uh, of fight or flight and we started allocating with thinking abstract thoughts and just like what our brain does what a brain does it's just you know it's just kind of defeats the purpose of essentially believing in a super being, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. What do you think, Phantom?
Um, I mean, I would probably broadly align with Chris. I think consciousness probably came from needing to navigate the world and uh, developing an internal model of our environment and making predictions based on that model, and then you know
Yeah.
finding out what happens when we test those predictions.
And I'm sure, Jill, you got any comment on that?
Oh no, no, I'm just listening in. I love hearing about other people's religions.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, and the only other way how like well the other kind of like mystery about not exactly consciousness per se but it's more of the memories of DNA that's we're just kind of like trying to figure out, I think, and how the brain takes like why are we afraid of the dark, that type of thing, or the unknown at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I think there's I like think like our fear of snakes too is something
Yeah,
that they say is kind of rooted in evolution and um let's see, maybe I don't even know, maybe spiders.
yeah.
But I
Well,
think I think
any
snakes.
phobia under the sun. So
But the thing about it is like I saw a test once though where like babies were put in a room with snakes. Of course, which kind of was kind of creepy in a way because, but I guess these were snakes that were known to not be um, something that would bite them, and the babies actually weren't afraid of them. So I thought that was interesting. Um, but that's I've only watched like that one study, and I don't even know what that would be, what that would represent as far as that information. So
well, it kind of it says that we don't. We're not. Well, the mind, if you will, is not exactly primed to have those instincts like right away. It's basically like delayed. Like
oh, okay.
say for like what is it um
But I
like
mean these
two and
were
a
like
half years that your
oh,
brain is
okay.
not. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, these were probably maybe younger than that. They were. I don't think they were walking.
Yeah,
They were
but
like
like
they were sitting. They were sitting up, but they. I don't remember them like being mobile.
yeah, but my
Well,
point.
if they weren't mobile, then whoa. Okay, sorry.
The babies
Well,
weren't mobile. They just turned the snakes loose around them.
yeah, but what I'm saying is that the instincts and also with it's not exactly innate with the brain as it's not developed or is more accurately is that um it kind of coincides with the fact that infants are the dependent upon, like the dependents upon the parents uh, to essentially to essentially like figure out what's danger or
Reinforce
not.
it, maybe reinforce it or something.
Yeah, kind of.
Were these babies that were they old enough to have like object permanence and be able to?
I don't know. When does object permanence develop?
It's
Ah,
basically as soon as as soon as your field of vision, like something that exists outside your field of vision, you cannot
Well, I know, but at what age is what I'm saying? Because like you can play peep-eye
um,
or peekaboo
yeah,
or
it,
whatever
it
with babies, and they like
look looks like it's starts developing around 4 to 7 months, and then its full understanding is about 8 to 12 months.
these were probably somewhere around in that age. I'm not specific. Like they were setting up, on their own. They
Hmm.
weren't like, so they had to be. They probably weren't too far from walking, but they weren't up walking around. But which you kind of, I guess, they, like I said, they probably knew the snakes were not aggressive or anything like that because they just turned these snakes loose just all around these babies. I know it was like, it's kind of like, oh, so they glued the babies to the floor in a room full of vipers. What kind of studies are you watching?
yeah. Hey,
No,
Phantom.
objective ethics. They did not have the babies glued to the floor, and they were not vipers.
Mm. Hey, Phantom, are you sick or something?
Yeah, I'm getting over a cold.
Mm. Yeah. Or is it just the fact that it's like transition from winter to
Hey, it could just be allergies, but I don't know. I don't have a fever, but I've had a cough and runny nose all weekend.
yeah. It's just that some people it's just the fact that it's like the transition between winter and spring, and same thing um with summer and fall. People just kind of like get sick randomly because sinuses. Anyway, so
Y'all had a big tornado, didn't you, Phantom? I saw that.
There were some tornadoes in the northern Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I think Friday, and then maybe a little bit on Saturday. Well, there was some. I think the ones in Saturday were down in Texas and in Kansas.
But
yeah,
But
but
yeah,
I watched the video on the one that was in Oklahoma, though. It was a really big one.
I
yeah,
was it was average size.
but that was like what, super early, right? For
Uh, no, this is right in the middle of tornado season.
really,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, this is tornado season in Kentucky, too.
Mm.
Never
But
know. April. I think April 1st was, or April, maybe April 3rd was when like Kentucky had its worst tornadoes. That was like in 1970 something. We had like 20 some tornadoes that day. Like it wiped out Brandenburg, the city of Brandenburg, right there on the river, and yeah. Here's Mr. Claude coming in here. The Claude.
Hey,
Hello.
How's
Claude.
everybody?
Whoa, whoa,
All
whoa,
very
whoa!
quiet.
What's this? What's this profile pic?
Yeah,
Get your avatar.
I used a different one to my normal one. Yeah,
You're drinking today, I see.
on Restream. Ah, yes, yes. Um, I drink, therefore I am. Who said that? Was it Descartes? Rene Descartes. Yeah, yeah. I drink, therefore I am.
That sounds like something my aunt said.
Yeah.
Victoria said that, or you are Victoria said we got snow last week. Oh, that's great. That's what
Yeah.
I love about spring.
yeah, well, like for the past like 3 weeks, it's been like up and down, especially during the mornings. Like it's not like it's like seven. It's like right now it's like 17, which is actually very alarming. To me, to just go straight up like at nighttime. That those temperature, that's like summer weather to me. But well, back in the day, anyways. Um, I shudder to think what May is going to be, or even June. But anyway, help.
Mhm.
So
Yes, it's Claude's having a nice glass of wine.
Yeah, I'll drink to you. I'll drink to Kent. I'll drink to all the panel members.
well,
Pierre, this is Claude. The Claude. It's the Claude,
The
not
cloud.
not
You
this
know,
Claude, but the Claude.
what is very unfortunate is that this new artificial intelligence thing called Claude, and when I search for my own name, that's what comes up, not my videos.
Well,
It's-
Claude, haven't you seen your videos though?
oh yeah, yes.
Okay.
Like when I search Ken Hoban, your videos come up. That's what you need to type in is Ken Hoban.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. I just wanted to make sure they were viewable. You know, I'm have a single focus, but I will be. I'm doing some travel at the moment, so I might put some clips up of some places I've traveled to, just little
Oh,
jaunts
really?
to make a
Right.
change. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
To beat Big Bad Mama because he's always posting videos of pretty places.
Yeah, when he does a walk in the countryside, a hike, I think they call it there. Mm.
Yeah.
Many people say, Claude, go take a hike. And I think that's very encouraging. Oh,
Yeah. They're just wanting you to get some exercise.
oh dear.
So are you considering, other than your travel logs that you might be doing, are you considering branching out to other say disreputable fellows
I
besides
know
Ken?
it's just such I mean, there's lots of them, aren't there? You know, there's the ones I really don't like are the televangelists, you know, the prosperity preachers, you know, buy
Hmm.
me a jet. Um, and Owen is not quite that level.
No.
But
He would be if he could.
I tend to think so because he's very contradictory. On the one hand, he says he owns nothing, and on the other hand, this is my property, this is my house, Cindy, get out. You know, so he does change his tune according to whether he thinks the IRS is listening, perhaps. So at one stage, and then at one stage he's got no money, but he's sold millions of DVDs, right? And that's what he
yep.
millions of DVDs. Well, if you take an average of $50 for a DVD set, that means he's turned over at least 50 million bucks, if what he says is true.
Yeah, but he had to buy all the actual physical media for those DVDs.
Yeah, but they were cheap. You know, that's cheap. That's the cheapest part. Take $1 off per DVD.
I'll just
Yeah.
say that I went on to I buy books on Abe Books and Thrift Books, and I
Oh
went
yeah.
on to both of those sites trying to find some of his media one time I was going to buy for me and Joe to have, and everything I found on there was extremely expensive. Like normally I can buy a lot of books, at a pretty good price on there, but I could not find anything. There's Big Bad Mama
Yeah.
there.
So I would like to see you go take on like those NFIB guys like Steven Anderson and
Oh yes, yes.
I think that would be a good place to branch out to.
Yeah. I've put up some stuff, especially when his young daughter left and was running away. You know, like trying to hide from him, and then all the stuff came about what a horrible family he is. I do put the ones up of him and Kent agreeing on things. I think that's really good. The only reason they fell out was when Kent got married again, and Stephen Anderson's opposed to that. But most other things, they're like birds of a feather flocking together, you know.
Yeah.
They fell out over his new marriage. God, the second marriage. Imagine what Anderson will be having a heart attack now that it seems to be the fifth. We're not quite sure because Kent's not saying anything.
So, I remember watching a debate that Kent Hovind and Steven Anderson had, and it was the funniest thing I'd seen in a long time, because they were arguing about the age of the Earth. Like, Steven Anderson was like saying, "No, Kent, you're wrong. It's not 6,000 years old. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Because it's actually like 6,300 years old." And I was just like, "Well, that's not any better."
Splitting hairs, yeah. Oh, Stephen Anderson also reckons that it was created with the appearance of age, too, which is So they're these sort of, but they're both, in my view, not very nice people, you know. And who would want to be a Christian if you are following their precepts? That's what way I look at it, you know.
You could go after Doug Wilson.
Yeah, I don't really know who he is.
Basically, okay, how can I get? I'm trying to describe him in the more like in accurate sense. The essentially number one Christian nationalist in the U.S. Right. Yeah, like in America, the U.S. of A. for the white people, well, the white supremacists.
Oh my god!
Are you white, Chris?
Nope, I'm biracial, actually.
Oh, you're biracial.
I mean,
you're a half supremacist.
What people have got to realize about the Claude, and in fact, I think most people, we're not against. You know, I was a former Christian myself at one stage. I'm not against Christian people, and in fact, you know, there's many Christian people I look up to and admire, and are good people. It's the ones like Kent who I just doubt their sincerity. I believe they're spreading misinformation. Those are the people I go for, not people that I know who are genuine Christian folk who practice what Jesus sort of advocated, and they have a belief that's different to me. But so what? You know, it's so that I just want to make that clear about.
Doesn't Kent do that? Doesn't he practice what Jesus taught?
I don't think so at all.
Oh, you don't? How do you know?
No, I don't think so. His treatment of women is appalling. His multiple marriages, his lying about science,
so you don't have friends
lying
that
about
married
his
more than
qualifications as having a PhD of any form of legitimacy. I don't think Jesus would have done that. I think Jesus would have gone into a proper institute.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Yeah. Relax. Go get yourself a cup of tea.
Oh dear, I need another glass of Bible wine.
Okay, so having more than one marriage in your worldview, is that bad? Is that
no? Did I say that?
Yeah, you said he had more than one wife, or
yes, but I didn't. He's
been married more than one
he's had
time.
5. It's quite different to the you talked about.
So is that bad? Is that a bad thing? Yeah.
Just listen. You said, "Does he do what Jesus would do?" And I said, "No,
Jesus
he doesn't." Married. That's how it started.
But Jesus wasn't married,
so he's had 5 more wives than Jesus had.
So according to your worldview, having more than one wife.
Don't put words in my mouth. You can ask me a question.
I am asking a question.
Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm not putting words in your mouth.
And I won't fall for that nonsense.
I'm asking a simple question.
Yes.
So according to your worldview, is being married more than once a bad thing?
It is if you're a Christian.
Oh, it is if you're a Christian. Gotcha.
Yes, because you promote
gotcha, liberal.
The sanctity of marriage.
Wait a minute. Gotcha. Jill, in the Bible, it says
most hypocritical people in the
entire universe. You're the hypocrite. I'm talking about the rules you provide.
Wait a minute.
So there's nothing wrong with having more than one wife or getting married.
In the Bible, it says if you divorce your wife and you marry
biblically either.
are you saying that the Bible doesn't say that?
No, it's when the Bible is giving instruction for marriage, it is when it says the husband of one wife, it is referring to pastors. So when you see pastors arguing
Huh.
these things, you have to understand in the context in what they're arguing in, okay, and not try to draw grandiose conclusions based off of
I,
two pastors having a disagreement.
I think it's also deacons have to be husbands of one wife, not just pastors. But
Right,
Dickens.
these are
What's a
leaders
Dickens?
in the church. So
yeah,
the
yeah,
idea
I,
is,
I, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just clarifying.
Okay, I thought it said just if a man does it, so it's not just a man.
um, Jesus did say that if you divorce your wife for anything other than I forget what
Her
word he
feelings.
used, but
Well, I
but
mean,
but basically cheating,
yeah,
that you are still in the eyes of God married to her, and if you have another wife after that, that is adultery.
And that's why we had the Henry VIII, well, or is it the fifth fiascos?
the
So
eighth, Henry the Eighth.
yeah,
Yeah.
Henry VIII fiascos. So yay,
Well, he
he,
solved that problem because, like, if you just like behead them, then there's no issue about whether you have to get divorced or not.
Exactly,
speaking
exactly.
of marriage, why is it wrong to have more than one wife here in America? Why do you think that's the case?
Because we have a lot of Christian values.
Yeah, exactly.
well,
Well, I
Mormonism.
don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong. Like, let me just
Well,
say
it's
that.
illegal. It's
Like,
illegal.
I mean, but
It's
I'm not.
illegal.
According to, oh, you mean more than one wife at the same time? Okay. Um, yeah, I guess I don't really have a problem with that as long as everybody's consenting adults. I don't care how many people participate in what marriage actually.
Well, it's well the anyhow, well the anti polyamory or polyamorous dynamic stems from basically hating on Mormons, basically, like like
Uh, no, I'd say we were
mostly,
probably not polyamorous prior to that. I mean,
yeah. Sorry.
it, it was before Mormonism became a thing that
I thought so.
Well,
that
I mean,
that.
in the United States, like the
Yeah, no,
zeitgeist.
that's I'm talking about United States. Like it was, it wasn't legal to have two wives in the 18th century, and that's before Mormonism.
Yeah, and then after that, you have to trace it back to European history of the 99 cults, essentially, that sprung up over like what 500 years or so. Like from the classic, well, not Roman, but it's like almost like the fall of Rome, all the way up to the medieval period, where it's like you had, well, uh, like, um, like you, especially like within the borders of France, um, and like the Holy Roman Empire, like they had a lot of spats on that too, and yeah, so among other things. But yeah, sorry.
I thought I heard that noise where somebody was trying to come in, but it's not ever showing me anybody.
Huh. So Claude, did you happen to catch Jamie's show last night? He must be gone.
Jamie Russell,
Yeah, Jamie Russell.
you're muted, Claude. Okay, maybe he had to.
The
Sorry, no, I got confused. No, unfortunately, I didn't hear. Whose show was that?
Jamie Russell, the guy that
No.
married Terry.
Oh, Terry. All right, poor
Yeah,
guy. Yes.
yes,
Oh, Claude.
Stephen Stephen was on there, and he was talking about he's kind of breaking with Kent Ovind. It sounded like.
Yes, he did say on his own show that they'd had some argument over Ron Wyatt. Stephen really likes Ron Wyatt, and I thought Kent did as well. But there was, he wanted to interview. First of all, he wanted to Kent to help fund this documentary, which he never got an answer on. And then, secondly, when he would interview Kent, but Kent would put some big long statement about not agreeing with the Sabbath or something, and so they fell out a bit. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. It was kind of.
Do you think it's real? Do you think he really has fallen out, or is this? Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. It's not the first time Stephen's had a disagreement with Kent, and he's always gone back. So
yeah,
you know.
Well, but Joseph left for a while too, didn't he?
We had Joseph. We had Joseph over on Objective channel today. So
Joseph doesn't really like me. I don't think he'll come on if I'm on.
He may be mad at me right now too. Actually, after today.
Well, I sort of call them this stuff out, and he never actually says what I've said is wrong. He just hates on me because I'm quite careful when I make a statement about Kent to get it right.
I wasn't talking about Kent, so it wasn't about Kent. But
all right.
Well, to be quite honest, you don't have a lot of cross pollination with, quote unquote cross pollination with like theists going on to atheists channel, and yes, by definition, we're just kind of trolling on whenever we're on the other side of the fence. But
well, I have like Christian friends. Like my friend Odine is in chat right now. He's a Christian, and Connor is a Christian, and then I have Steven and the guys over at Proverbs Guys channel.
All right, let me reiterate, rephrase that. Christian apologists don't cross pollinate the circles of going on atheist channels, or what I'm saying is that you'll not catch Ken Hovind,
No,
Mike
Kent's
Winger,
not going to no.
And
yeah, and then of course I have Jill here who on the stage right now. So
yeah,
he's a Christian. Okay, I was reading what OE said. You're reminding the boys to behave. Yes, they were getting a little out of hand.
I see nothing but atheist apologists running from Christians. That's what I see.
Yeah, I know you see that, Jill. It's pretty in depth.
You see a lot of things. You see a God.
So I can't do any running. So.
And banning Christians and putting them in timeout, backstage, muting. That's what I see.
Have I ever banned you or muted you?
Oh, not you. All right.
Okay. I'm waiting for your debate to do that. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, are you still doing that debate?
I hope he is. It's May 16th.
Okay.
I'm just ready to do the debate the day we talked about it 2 months ago. But he needs time to prepare. So.
Okay.
We're building up for a big crowd that night. I probably will have to have some help, like Phantom. I probably will have to have somebody come in and keep questions wrote down for me or something like that. Or
sure, yeah, we'll see. We'll see when it happens. Whether I can help you with that.
Oh, about that debate, I meant to make some adjustments or some suggestions for the format.
But
I don't know if you figured it out.
He's here listening, so he can probably let us know if he agrees.
Okay. I don't know if you figured out a format yet, but in light of my experience with debating atheists or non-Christians, I'll say, a cross-examination period is required.
Oh yes, I'm sure. I'll tell you,
none of
I
this.
think they may have sent me one, but I'll check on it.
20 minutes each.
Yeah, I'll give it.
Well, from what I remember,
agree on it.
At least
From
20 minutes.
what I understand, from AO, like AOE's doing the like moderating the debate.
No, I was going. Objective ethics is going to be debating Jill.
Oh, okay. Thought he was moderating. Okay.
And
Um.
also, the topic should be. I saw you posted. You did post the video promoting
Yeah, I
the
posted it because that's what I
debate.
always said the topic was.
What was the topic that you
Um,
had?
is it
Yeah,
biblical morality?
yeah, the topic is not going to be biblical morality, and here's why: because oftentimes these sessions often become debates, often become the Christian in the hot seat defending his morality or
Hmm.
defending the Bible's morality. Well, if it's going to be a debate, Bible morality versus your morality, or whatever that might be,
So you want it to be biblical versus like secular or
secular, yeah,
humanist or something like that?
yeah, and we'll have to figure out as we go because we don't know what his morality says. Um, we'll
He's a
have to figure out
humanist.
what that is.
I mean, I know he's a humanist, but I'll check with him and make sure he agrees with all this. And but yeah, I thought y'all had done worked it out. That's why I went ahead and made that thumbnail. But I'm glad you mentioned it because we got
Well, I'm
time.
sure he prefers that title. I'm sure.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I don't know if that's what but I think I would say he probably would agree with both with what you said. But
Yeah, where he
well,
tries to he quotes a bunch of passages he out of context that he can't read to save his life, and I'm basically answering questions the whole debate or rebuttal. So yeah, and a cross examination period would be I would
yeah,
prefer at least 20 minutes.
I
It's
would.
good to hear you being charitable, Jill, because like I don't hear that from you very often.
Charitable?
Yeah, charitable.
Oh, I'm
Is that
very charitable, but not when debating atheists.
Well, I
okay?
appreciate. And I'm glad that you said something to me now, so we got time to get it changed. And I wanted you to feel comfortable with the
Yeah,
subject topic. So
I'm
that's
sure
good.
OE won't object to 20-minute cross exams.
Yeah, I'll run. If he's not, he may have left. I'm not seeing him commenting again right now, so he may have left. But I will send him a message and make sure that all that checks out. And um, I will update if he agrees to the title change. I'll update the thumbnail, and then we can work out the details of the. Um,
Yeah, that's where all of your ideas about the Bible come to rest during the cross examination period. You know, I can't stand debates where people are just okay, opening 20 minutes, rebuttal 5 minutes, then
yeah,
another rebuttal from the and it's like no one is cross examined, no one is questioned. We're just basically taking turns giving a speech
well, me and
about what
Steven,
we
that's what we did
believe.
ours. We did ours that way because we both were kind of just getting started. Speaking of debates,
And that's not a debate to me, you know.
Connor is in chat. Connor recently had a debate. Um, he's a Christian. He debated another Christian. Um, no. He did not debate another Christian. He debated nobody on fire. I'm sorry, Connor. I got you two debates mixed up. He debated nobody on fire on tacos on. I can't even remember the title now. My brain's gone dead. Um, it was a really good title too. Um, Connor, I dropped it. I can't even remember it now. Um,
Uh, OE said he agrees to the change in topics.
okay, so OE is yours humanist, right? Uh,
I
yeah,
don't care. It doesn't matter what his morality is. It won't compare to biblical ethics or morality. So he can call
Well,
it whatever he
it's
wants to. But
well,
it's just. I'm
Oi's
sorry.
Oi's an agnostic
Okay.
on the baseline. But he's basically like a naturalist. Like he goes the naturalist route, but other than that, like I don't like I don't know, like I don't have a like other adjectives I could kind of get, but otherwise.
Well, he's in trouble already.
Oh, really?
He's in trouble already.
Nope.
So once we figure out where he gets his morality from, then we can compare the two.
Oh, you
Um,
said 15 minutes would be probably. Would that be fine? Be okay with you, Jill?
Yeah, I knew that would happen. Uh, 15 minutes? No, 20. At least 20.
oh, really? Okay.
You shouldn't be afraid to be cross-examined, atheist. The days are over when you can just give a soliloquy about what the Bible says about slavery. Those days are over.
No.
Christopher Hitchens is dead. Okay.
Robert, I'm singing the song in my head now.
You know, I've never watched Christopher Hitchens or read anything by him.
Me neither. Although I
Sam
did.
Harris.
Nope, never watched or listened to him either.
Sam Harris is a Buddhist.
Okay.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, and that's relevant because
No, but Jill's correct about that. He is a little bit on the meditation, mystic kind of stuff.
true, but what does it mean to
That's
I
what
don't
believe?
know.
happens when you keep debating Christians. That's what eventually you will wind up.
The Buddhist.
You'll never become a Christian because Jesus says you'll never. Even if Abraham rose from the dead, you'll never become a Christian. He said to certain groups. So some people will never become saved. So
I
the
might
next
become a
best thing
Christian
is
if
Buddhism,
I like
right?
have a lobotomy or
All
something.
right. So we've got objective ethics of preferred adjectives. It's handsome, super smart, very powerful body, tall, and very well endowed. So
Okay, I got roasted on me. I admit that. Sorry, OE.
Oh, great job, OE. Great job.
Take 5 minutes off of your opening or one of your rebuttals where you're just going to spout out misinformation. So that's how we can do it. If it's an issue with time, OE. As a matter of fact, take 5 minutes off of my opening.
So you mean to take 5 minutes off your openings and put it on to the thing? Um,
He doesn't want to do 20-minute crosses, but he wants to do 20-minute openers, I bet, right?
I don't know. No, I don't think 20 minutes. I don't. Was it 20 minutes?
10-minute opener?
I don't know. I don't. Did I
Why
send
do you
you
need a
the?
10-minute opener?
Did I send you
Five
the
minute
email?
opener. We'll do a 5-minute opener then.
I
So we
don't
can
remember.
have 20 minutes for the cross exam if he's worried about time.
Well, folks, I've got to disappear for a while, so thank you. It's been quite good. Thank
see,
you.
Oh, thank you,
see you,
Claude.
Claude.
And
See
See
you
ya.
next time. It's one of my fond memories. This is my first appearance ever on Proverbs Guys show where they were interviewing Kent and I was able to ask Kent some questions. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. But in the end, I got booted because
yes, but you are now one of the like me and Claude are often
I'm back in their good
we
books
are
at the
the
moment.
most loyal viewers they have.
Yeah, well, often I look and I see there's two viewers. I'm one of them. Robin's the other, which is fun.
And
Okay,
Claude
thank
says,
you then,
and
folks.
Claude says, "Don't let them ban me."
Yeah, yeah. Well, it isn't always them. It's that guy, Rich. He banned me once, and then he forgot how to unban me. He's not exactly a rocket scientist,
Are
and
you
Oh my!
sure he
it's
studied
entertaining.
physics?
I would say there's plenty of space, but it's between his ears. But never mind.
Oh
I've got
God!
to be nice today.
Yeah, be nice.
Probably it's the alcohol.
See you then. Yes, I'm happy in the biblical wine
All right.
and non-alcoholic stuff. Okay, see you then.
S-
Bye.
I've got
Speaking,
somebody in chat said I'm a new Oh, and you can subscribe to Claude Ball's channel. I will put his channel in the description. Hi Robin, I'm new. Subscribe to the channel. What do you guys usually talk about? Just about anything. Like like I do politics, religion. We have we've got just a mishmash of stuff.
speaking of proverbs and such, Phantom, are you going to do like another episode with your, I think it's co-host?
My brother, I don't know. He hasn't been. He's not. He's been taking a break, and we
Okay.
may just retire that. I don't know if that's ever going to come. We're never going to get back to that.
Yes,
So
beavers, spooky beavers. We like to talk about beavers too. Spooky, put that in chat.
All right. Anyhow, just wanted to know what was all of that about because, like, your I think it was like a couple of months ago, you just kind of told, like, you were told to the ether that like you have a couple of books to go over. But anyway,
oh
no,
well,
it's your
I
channel.
mean, it's the series is like 54 different books, I think.
Yeah,
So like, there's plenty to go over. It's just
a lot.
it's a lot, and it was taking a toll on mental health. So
Mm, yeah. Anyhow, like I said, it's your channel, so. But I just wanted to
It was
ask, like,
interesting, wasn't it, Chris? Listening to, I mean, like when they read all that.
well, I did pop 10 once, but it's not like I could um it's not like I could do actual commentary because it was like it's not my like it's not my like social upbringing um
yeah,
because
it's very much about the fact that this is how my brother and I were raised,
yeah.
and so it's just as much about that as anything else.
Yeah. But it's more like I said, it's just like I've told this on like on many channels. I most of my quote unquote religious upbringing is very 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 progressive, even though like we had like the Roman Catholic label. Um, but then again, that's what happens when you have um, you have a tradition where most of your family is highly educated. Um, you know, like past high school and stuff like that. And yeah, on top of that the phenomenon of the Quiet Revolution in French Canada happening, me being a post post that, it just like stacks. It's just what I mean is that it just like it stack about about being old dogma being watered down, and you're not having as much of a hard time with the quote unquote issues of the day. And basically I was most of the position that people were wrestling in the 2000, it was already settled in my family. So yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, it's like and also it's due to the fact that like, for example, my mother was a pharmacist, and my well, I also have a couple of aunts that are teachers. And well, I had one aunt that's teacher and stuff like that, and my grandfather was a gym teacher. So yeah, so like I said, we kind of skipped the drama of, is it like, is it sin to be an LGBT Q person like living. Nah, we just like whatever. It's live and let live. So you know that type of thing. So yeah.
Huh. It's nice to have some progressive Christians, that's for sure.
Well, like I said, it's just well, it, I'm not. Yeah, in hindsight, my family was progressive Christians. Well, we're progressive Roman Catholics, but essentially, what I'm saying is that religion was out the door by the time like I popped into the world,
Oh,
basically.
okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, and we did have a small stint of going to Sundays, going to church on Sundays, but it it wasn't like it wasn't like you have to read the Bible every single day or whatever, like the ultra like strict sense of the word. And yeah, eventually just kind of said, nah, I don't believe in this stuff, whatever, and just put it behind me, I guess, in a way. So yeah. Anyway,
Y'all keep talking.
I think
I got company to come in, so
Oh,
y'all.
okay.
I'm
yeah,
relying on y'all.
All right. We'll try to keep the conversation rolling.
but I well, I was thinking of leaving soon. So thanks you for having me on, everybody. So and catch you later. All right.
See you, Chris.
Okay. Bye.
Guess it's just you and me, Jill.
Your worst nightmare.
I don't bite.
Do you still have nightmares?
I've never really dreamed that much. I mean, well, I don't ever remember my dreams. They say you always have dreams, but uh, a lot of people don't remember them. So I probably have nightmares, but I don't remember them.
Dreams, we believe, are God giving you a glimpse of the afterlife,
You
or
think
what
so,
what
huh?
the yeah what the non-physical world is, or looks like, or feels like.
Huh.
Maybe, yeah.
Um, but like people dream about things that don't make sense for that. Like, there's always the dream of like going to school with your pant with no pants. Like, you think that's what the afterlife is like?
No, just the dream state itself, not what you're dreaming about.
Oh. Oh, so you think, or what you're saying is heaven will be like a dream state. In what way? What can you explain that to
And
me?
it's a non-physical or non-physical world whereby you're still interacting, you're still conscious, etc.
Huh. And so like, generally dreams are like kind of incoherent. Uh do you think that applies to the afterlife, or is it going to be coherent?
What's that again?
So generally dreams are incoherent, right?
Not necessarily what you're dreaming, because what you're dreaming is based on your life, or maybe subconscious. But the dream state itself.
Okay. So you think it is going to be, well, okay, so maybe we need to talk about what's not dreamlike about the afterlife then. Can you tell me more about that?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Maybe I need to understand what is not dreamlike about the afterlife to better understand what you're trying to say.
Well, the access to what some philosopher theologians call, you wouldn't consider them philosophers because they are Christians, but
I don't
so we'll
think
call them
I
theologians.
think theologians are philosophers.
But what they call non-ordinary consciousness, the
Non-ordinary
dreams
conscious.
show that the mind is operating outside of normal uh, constraints when you're awake.
Okay. All right. Um.
Time
So
feels different. For instance, like in heaven, we say there's no time, or time is relatively different. It feels even absent. We say that in heaven there is no times. Time was created. Time, space, and matter were created all at the same time. Uh, and so in the eschaton, in the afterlife, um, time will be done away with itself. So when we say eternity, we just simply mean no time.
hmm.
So there won't be
Okay.
any time to complain
So
to God about slavery in the Bible.
so doesn't it take time to have experiences though? Like how can
Well,
you have
we
an
would,
experience without time?
right? We would say so, but when we wake up, you know, it only 30 seconds has passed. Yet our dream was about us taking a hike, which took a day or two, or taking a day trip, or we had an entire dream about an entire weekend at
Yeah,
Bernie's.
but
So time
still
feels different.
what yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't feel different, but it's still time. Like it's still a sequence happening in your dream. Um even if
Hmm.
it's, a longer sequence than happened in real life.
Yeah,
And
right. This
so
right. This is a glimpse, or a foretaste. It's not trying to exhaust how the heavenly realms will be, because we're still in the physical universe. So, but in your dream, quote unquote, your dream, physical laws don't apply.
sure.
People report uh, experience emotional and vivid experiences during dreams. So, some dreams, they really, really feel real. Um, so, from this angle, people suggest that if consciousness can function without physical reality, without constraints in the physical realm, it might hint at a non-physical realm, sometimes identified as heaven.
Okay. But but even though so I mean, I don't know, maybe you define time as differently, but to me time is just having a sequence of events. Like that's what time is.
Hmm.
And if you're in your dream you have a sequence of events, that's still time. Are you saying that time is different, something different, and there will be a sequence of events in heaven, or are you saying there will not be sequences of events in heaven?
Well, where does time come from? Matter, right?
I mean,
Distance
in our
between
current
two.
understanding of space time, it comes from space. Yes.
Space. Time comes from space, and space comes from time.
Yeah. So, but but I guess what I'm saying is like, uh, obviously, that's not the case in heaven because it's not material.
Right. So there's no
So,
time. Exactly.
but is there still a sequence of events? Is what I asked.
There is a sequence of events, but it's not based in a time sense. There's even the Greeks had two types of time. They had chronos, and then they had kairos, where you have a chronological time scale, and then chronos is a lot more complex. But time originated with the Big Bang, we believe, um, and it doesn't independently exist. So it is tied to space and matter, or um, time, space, and matter are all interconnected. They all began at the same time. And we believe Genesis teaches that. The very first sentence in the Bible teaches that.
Okay. Okay. So just to be clear, so you are saying there would still be sequences of events in heaven, and so
But
that's
we don't know how that, just like in our dream, we wake up, we don't know how we were able to go through a week, sometimes even at Bernie's, a weekend at Bernie's, but it's only been 30 seconds. We don't know how that occurred, or how time is rendered, or if there even is time.
yeah.
We're just experiencing a realm that has no time. Things are happening, but they're not happening in a time space continuum.
Yeah, I understand. Understand that time is not the same thing. I'm just asking. I'm not asking about like material time or anything like that. I'm just asking about sequences of events. That's all I'm trying to ask, and you're not really providing me an answer. It feels like you're trying to dodge the question.
Let me,
So if
hey,
there is no sequence of event, there's no time.
let me interrupt for a minute. Let me say hi to Scam Chan.
All right. All right.
Hey,
How's
how
it
are
going?
you? How
Doing
are,
well. Doing well.
I know you know Phantom,
Yes.
and this is Jill. And Jill, this is Scamton. Um, yeah, I will introduce everybody. Um, you can join in their conversation, Scamton. I guess if you want to. You
Well,
have something.
yeah, I had something to say. I mean, you seem to be making a lot of claims, but when you get questioned about the claims you're making, you go and make another claim. So how do we confirm anything you're saying as fact?
Well, are you referring to me, or who are you referring
Yes,
to?
you. Yes, you. You making all the claims.
We were just having a discussion about time and space and matter, and
Yeah.
he was making claims as well. So, but
Well,
you're not so
I came.
excited about his claims, so I guess.
Well, I came in. I came in listening to yours mostly.
What claim did I make? Did I have to?
You said
Defend the-
You said time started with the Big Bang and all that.
yeah, that's what
Well,
modern science, or that's the current science. Yeah.
well, I'm looking at it like this: what happened before the Big Bang? There were events that happened before the bang even took place.
According to you, or you were there?
According to how things progress, you think it
Huh?
just you think nothing happened to create the bang?
Yeah, God is the Big Banger. Sure.
See, there we go. That's the claim I'm talking about. There we go. Let's
Oh,
go.
that's the claim that God
There,
exists.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
gotcha. All right. So, yeah, in ordinary thinking, an event, something happens A then B, and then time is the framework that allows that before and after. So, your intuition is, yeah, this should be the case in um, heaven, or but that's basically the classical position. No change, no
Hold on
time.
just a minute. Hold on just a minute. I'm sorry. I've got somebody in the back called Robin. Um, and I don't know who it is, and I'm afraid to bring him up on stage. Because as far as I know, I'm here. Is there another Robin in chat that's trying to come in?
I don't know any other Robins.
Um, well, I do know people named Robin, but I don't know how to check to see who it is.
Have them. Can you see their? Can you see them?
Yeah, well, I can see their thing. Can you turn your camera on?
Yeah, I was going to say have them
Just
turn
a
their camera
second,
on.
and let me see who you are. Um, Robin, before I can bring you in? Because last time I brought somebody in and didn't know who they were, it turned into a fiasco. Um, they came in.
Oh, hey, always vouching for Robin. Robin.
Oh, okay. It's somebody they know.
I guess so.
Okay. Hello, Robin.
All right.
Hello.
Robin.
Well, there you go.
Anyway. I mean, we can wait for. Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can go ahead and continue the conversation we were having. Um, so Jill, when you say that time is A then B, so are you saying that when before God created time, that A then B wasn't a coherent thing? Like they both happened to well, they didn't both happen. They didn't happen in a sequence of any sort.
We can deduce such that heaven would have to have been a static state of a being, not things happening. So heaven would be more like an eternal now without any progression.
Okay. Okay. So
This is this is this.
if you don't have a progression, then that doesn't sound like a dream. Like that doesn't sound like what a dream is. Because dreams have change. The dreams aren't just a static image.
No, no,
It's
I'm not saying there's a one to one. I'm saying dreams are a glimpse. They're not a one to one corresponding reality. They're just a glimpse of what a foretaste of what we are to experience. So your time slows down tremendously in dreams. 30 seconds, you can have a weekend at Bernie's, but it's only been 30 seconds. So we
yeah.
would say that that's a glimpse, not a one to one.
Okay. So you said heaven is a static state.
All it
So
depends on what your theory is. If you're into modern physics, and then you might say that time is like a spatial dimension. Then in that case, heaven would be outside of that dimension, or God would be outside of that dimension.
Are you gonna
sure.
prove any of this stuff you're saying, or you just gonna keep
Well,
talking?
we're just theorizing like science has been doing for thousands of hundreds of years now.
All right.
Um
Let's say hi to Big Bad Mama first.
Big bad
Hey,
mama
everybody.
llama.
hey
Good to see you
BBM.
guys.
Yeah, good to
Hey.
see you too.
Uh,
These are just theories.
I understand that. I'm just trying to understand what you're talking about.
Don't get
So
all worked up. Okay,
I'm not.
we listened to your theory of eight men walking around and sharing their bananas with their cousins.
I haven't talked about any eight
Therefore,
men.
they're related. So we listened to
Okay.
that. We gotta go through that. The 12 years of school of that. Not 12 years,
Uh,
but
I
fifth
didn't
grade
talk
on.
about that.
Well, I'm just
Why
saying
would Jill? Why would if dreams are a glimpse of eternity or heaven? Why would they be so individualistic? Why would they be?
what we're just talking
Your
about.
dreams are different. Your dreams are much different than my dreams, and they're based on your experience.
We
My
can only
dreams are
hope.
based on my experience.
Well,
So why wouldn't be the same dream
we've
that we're
already
having?
gone over that. Uh, that question came up early. I don't know if you were listening, but we're not talking
Well,
about the
summarize
dream.
it for me.
We're not talking about the dream itself or the particular dream, but the dream state itself, the phenomenon of the dream state itself. Period.
Well, we know the
He's just
parts of the brain that come into play when we're having a dream, right?
Yeah. What was God supposed to
The
use?
amygdala, and I mean, we know the
What was he
hippocampus, we
supposed?
know which parts of the brain
Yeah,
are
sure.
activated in our dreams.
Yeah, we know which parts of the brain activate certain chemicals. Sure, we know how things operate. Sure, that's good to know.
Well, so how are you relating that to the supernatural?
How am I relating that to the supernatural?
Yeah.
Well, based on the similar properties of what the Bible describes, as far as our time is concerned, and physics, and heaven, and those things. What is heaven? Is heaven a place? It could be that it is simply located in a different dimension.
Do you think
So it's
dreams are
not
located in a
subject to.
different dimension that we're accessing at night?
No, no, heaven, no. Dreams are just a foretaste. They're something we experience on Earth, so we're still limited, even in our dreams, because we're on Earth. But once the Earth and everything has been renewed, restored to what it was before the fall, we believe that will open up other ideas or dimensions that are not subject to the same sequence that we, all share experience currently in this temporal realm. Just like dreams open up another reality.
How do you consider a dream another reality?
It's not physical, non-physical reality.
What makes you think it's a reality at all?
So that's interesting. Hold on.
How do you define reality?
You the one saying it's another part of reality. How is it a reality first? You got to figure that out first.
Can non-physical things be real?
I don't know.
Non-physical things like what? Ghosts, spirits, demons, ghouls,
No, dreams.
gods. The list goes on and on.
No dreams.
Dreams are still physical processes in the
love.
brain.
Yeah, I mean that's what
your
it
physical
seems like.
processes in the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's intangible. The dream itself is intangible or immaterial.
What's the difference between a daydream? What's the difference between a daydream and a REM sleep dream? I mean, when you have a daydream in the daytime, aren't you going to those same parts of the brain as you do when you're at night?
Well, REM sleep is more of a stranger phenomenon. Scientists suggest, but yeah, it's.
I mean, I can imagine myself flying through outer space right now. I can close my eyes, and I can fly through outer space.
That's totally real, right? That's a reality, right? It's totally real.
Yeah. So, REM sleep is not daydreaming. It's mostly strongly associated with vivid dreaming is what we call it. Vivid dreaming. I mean, it was real. You swore she was real, didn't you, OE? But she was not real. Okay. It was what we call a dream. Yeah, that type of dream you have when you were supposed to have those dreams when you were a teenager, OE, not in your 40s and 50s.
What are you talking?
What's the difference between that? What's the difference between that dream? I mean, like from a supernatural or naturalistic perspective, what's the difference?
What do you mean?
I just don't. You're the one that brought up dreams, and you seem to indicate that they had some sort of a supernatural origin.
No, that's not my claim. They're a natural phenomenon that is giving us a glimpse into the supernatural.
Wrong.
That's all. They happen on Earth. They happen on Earth, and therefore it is natural. You experience it, and it's nothing like what you experience in the physical world. So the brain becomes highly active, The eyes move rapidly under
Well,
the eyelids. It's weird, but you actually become temporarily paralyzed. Did you know that?
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's relevant.
Well, God put that in there to prevent you from actually knocking, punching. Actually, it doesn't work for me. I must have a low. I think they call it atonia, because I wake up swinging sometimes.
Sure.
And my
Robin,
wife's like, "Hey, what you doing? You trying to kill
hey,
me?" I'm
are
like,
you here?
"No, it's just a dream."
Hi, sorry about that. For some reason, it just wasn't picking up my microphone. I
Okay.
know you, Robin. Yeah, I know you from Finding Gnosis
Yeah,
on the show.
I didn't recognize who you were because it just had Robin on there. I thought it was somebody just like pretending to be me.
Trolling you.
Yes, you know what I mean. Yeah. All right. This is Robin. This is Jill, Big Bad Mama, Scamchin, and Phantom. And
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm going
Hello.
I'm going to post everybody's. Jill, there's somebody in chat that said that it was a privilege to hear you speak, and they were not being sarcastic. I don't think. And I was gonna see. You want me? I was gonna post your. They were kind of asking for your channel, so is it okay if I post your channel in chat?
I I don't have a wrench, so I can put it in the private chat.
I know where it's at. I'm subscribed to your channel.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got you covered.
Um. Anyway, so BB, I think what the claim was is not that dreams we have are supernatural, but rather that they give us a glimpse to a non-physical existence, which
He said it gives us a glimpse to the supernatural. He just said it like 2 minutes ago.
Well, yeah. What will eventually be the case once the present world is done away with? Um, so we believe this world is temporal. That the world in which we will inhabit is either in another dimension or in some way vastly different than this world.
Which dimension is that?
I don't know, Star Trek, but it was the episode 3. You guys were just watching Star Trek 10 years ago, and you believed it. You believed, and now all of a sudden you don't believe.
no, I never believed Star Trek.
Oh, you believe in aliens?
Uh,
There's aliens out there somewhere?
I believe it's possible. I don't
Yes.
Okay,
believe
then.
they.
All right, we believe God is possible.
Yeah.
No.
Ah,
Well, that's a big stretch there.
No.
special pleading. Special pleading.
No.
You special plea for the aliens?
Well,
Well, we
aliens
already
wouldn't
see
be.
life forms on Earth, so it stands to
Oh,
reason that there are other planets that are located
ah,
in Goldilocks zones that probably have life throughout
I
the universe.
see. I see. All right, we better call Agent
Now, your
Scully.
God doesn't stand to reason, though.
And call Agent Mulder. That used to be my favorite show growing up. My favorite show. And
Well,
I watched every. I don't think I saw every episode, but I'm gonna go
um,
back and watch them all.
You watched it for the gal that was on it.
No, no, Scully. No,
he liked
no.
the guy better.
I just love that. I love shows that deal with those types of things because I always believed in the supernatural. So even as a kid, I believed that. Well, I don't want to share too much of my experience, but I did have some experiences
You
when
might
I
as
was a kid.
well share everything
B.S.
else.
Lewis just says angels are just fallen aliens. He has a point there.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Say, yeah, demons are just fallen angels. Yeah.
No, aliens are angels are just fallen demons, or not fallen aliens.
Oh, shoot.
Aliens
Yeah, they're fallen aliens.
could be.
Yeah, it could be.
Do you
You
think
can't
there are
know.
aliens out there, Jill, or do you think there's only life on the Earth?
Oh, my
The Nephilim might be out there.
For sure. Sure, the Nephilim might be out there. The Anunnaki.
The Anunnaki.
I'm one of the very few people that I know that I'm a believer in the god Enki creating Adam.
Uh-huh.
And Enki wasn't a god, but he was an
Like a
alien being.
Babylonian
And
god or
Sumerians.
Sumeria.
Sumerians, yeah.
And basically, what he did, he didn't create anything, but what he did was interfere with the humans that were here and kind of tweak them. So basically, to make them better work slaves.
I like the Prometheus theory better.
I'm not too aware of the Prometheus theory, apart from the fact that it's in the movies, in the Alien movies.
Yeah, he came to Earth and he planted the first genome in the water. And that's how life
Okay,
sprang about.
that would be billions of years before the time of Enki, because yeah, you'd have to get single cell organisms and then work yourself all the way up to simple multi-celled organisms. Humans are a long way from that.
Yeah, this was early Earth when he came. There were no. I don't remember how. I know there was water, of course, but I don't know what else was on the planet. But
Well, basically, if you've got a molten ball of lava, which most planets start off as they begin to cool, obviously that releases water. Now, depending on how much is whether or not they can manage to create an atmosphere. So that's at least what I understand.
I don't know much about
you
planetary
know,
formation.
you know what happens when you dream?
Uh, I wet the bed.
You turn into a liberal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Dreaming is really important. It's the way for your
it is.
mind to defrag. You know, it
You
takes.
basically you become emotional. You lose all self control, logic. So you become an atheist, basically.
Huh. Wait, you said liberal. Liberals aren't
Same
necessarily
thing.
atheists.
Same thing, according to him.
Same
Oh,
difference.
okay. All liberals are atheists and all atheists are liberals. So, like, the Venn diagram is just a circle.
According to Pew Research, yeah,
That
Huh.
that
primarily.
that sounds like a political party, the atheist liberals.
You vote the same way. So according to Pew Research, you're one and the same in that sense.
What about
Or
the
Democrat.
what about the atheists that are very conservative? Like, those guys exist.
They vote Democrat.
Oh,
No, there are Trump supporters that are atheists for sure.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Very
Are
few and far
are,
beyond.
are they liberal too?
No.
No. Okay. So it's not a one-to-one Venn diagram then.
No. It's about I think it was about 70%, somewhere around there, 70 to 80%.
70%.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna state a strong theory, and I don't actually believe that there is such a thing as an atheist. I do believe that there are people that don't believe in any of the explanations that we've managed to provide of what God is or what it wants, but I really don't think there's such a thing as an atheist.
It just kind of depends on how you define atheist. I assume. Um. Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Me personally, well, because when I thought about it, so say that you've got a whole bunch of random different people from all around the world, and they're in an aeroplane, one of those big Boeing 747s, that seats like 300 people, and it's crashing, and the pilot
Hmm.
comes over to Tannoy and says, "Look, lads, bad news, lost complete control of the plane, you're gonna die, goodbye." Every single one of those people in that plane starts praying.
No. I didn't. I'm not going to pray.
No, I may look for a parachute. I may try to do something, but I'm not going to spend
You
my
might try to
last.
comfort the person next to you. That's what I would do.
I'm not going to spend my last few seconds on Earth praying.
That is a beautiful thing, comforting the person next to you. But
You, I
that signals a deeper hope. Because what's the point in comforting them? You're gonna crash. You're all gonna die. Your life's gonna be over.
mean, like
You live in the
Well-
moment, and you're comforting them in the moment.
I would be trying to figure out how to do something, land the plane. I would be doing something. I'm not going to. I mean, I just absolutely am not going to spend my last few seconds on Earth praying. No.
Wait. Also, once again,
I can't imagine like a worse way to end my life than be
Right.
praying.
no.
Please,
Wait,
God,
let
save us.
Let us calm down. Can we first define what praying is?
How do you define praying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Me personally, I defined it at all external thought, thoughts that I have that aren't aimed directly at myself. Because I don't go around thinking Robin should eat a sandwich. Sometimes I think Robin's hungry, but sometimes my thoughts are aimed to an external something. I don't think the world is a good place to live. I think humans should treat each other better. I'm not talking to somebody else. There's nobody else in the room, but it's still an external thought. It involves more than who I am.
It's still just in your
Um,
brain.
I don't. I mean, yeah, I don't think that would.
It's
fit
not
in most
external
people's-
to you. That thought doesn't travel through space. It's a thought you're having to yourself.
Interesting. So you think that thought itself cannot travel outside the individual that has it?
Oh, sure,
No.
it can.
I don't think so.
But that's what language does.
No. Yeah, but now you're
Language is a
verbalized.
physical
Yeah.
activity.
Now,
It's not a thought.
now you're using machinery to do it. I just mean the thought itself, that it can't travel outside the thing that thought it.
I have
I don't
no
think it
reason to. I have no reason to think that that can happen. I've never seen or heard of that actually happening.
Okay. There's some interesting stuff on mothers with children that have severe mental and physical disabilities. And maybe it's the fact that they're picking up on very subtle body language cues, but they seem to know what their children are thinking.
How was that verified?
There was a whole lady, and I couldn't quote her name, but there was a whole lady that did like 50 separate interviews with people with experiments, and she said that there was some reason to believe that that was the case. I could look it up if you want me to.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I would be skeptical of someone saying this disabled kid that, and I guess it depends on how disabled they are, but the way you framed it, made it sound like they're pretty, like maybe even not nonverbal.
Some of them are absolutely non-verbal. Yeah.
So like how do you so like if a kid is nonverbal and you're studying them and the mom says the kid is thinking I want a chocolate chip cookie, okay?
Mm.
How would you you can't turn to the kid and say, are you thinking that?
No. But that was the whole thing. She actually managed to design some experiments that could prove that the mother wasn't aware, the child was aware of something, the lady doing the interviews was aware of something, but the mother somehow was managing to pick up on it. So it was interesting anyway. So I don't know. I haven't discounted the possibility that thought can travel outside your own hand.
Okay. Well, I would want to see a mechanism for that. And if you show me a mechanism, I'm like, okay, yeah, makes sense. But I don't have a reason.
Was it some lady yesterday? Because she said that they just did some experiments and they seem to have found a mechanism within the brain just very recently that they thought the brain was completely isolated from the rest of the body, but they seem to have found a way that the body can get rid of the brain can get rid of contaminants and pass it back on for the body to filter them out, and it can also transfer antibodies apparently. So that was an interesting new thing that they found out.
It can transfer antibodies to like someone else.
No, to from other parts of your own body. But originally they thought that the brain was completely separated, that there was a filter, that even the blood got filtered out before it entered into the brain, and it was kind of like a closed system. But they've discovered that that's not the case. It's not a completely closed system. So
Okay. I mean, if the brain isn't a closed system, or is a closed system, I don't see how that really helps what you're saying. Like that doesn't mean
no,
it's
no. What I'm saying is, we're discovering new functions of the brain all the time, and
oh sure.
telepathy.
Okay.
Telepathy has been within the human psyche for 300,000 years.
Yeah. Skeptic philosophy. He didn't say isolate. He said filtered. Like the blood doesn't reach the brain or something. Although, I mean, the blood has to reach the brain because the brain gets oxygen. I'm not really sure what he was saying, to be honest.
Do you want me to restate that?
Yeah, if you want to clarify.
Okay. Do you know how when a lady's carrying a child and the blood gets filtered out via the placenta?
Uh-huh.
Because sometimes the baby isn't the same blood type as the mother, so there's an in-between step that protects the baby from the mother and the mother from the baby. Yeah, you
Okay.
following? There's a similar system for each human brain. It actually filters out the blood from the body before it arrives to the brain to protect the brain from harm. That's actually a thing that exists, but that's why they presumed that the brain was isolated from the rest of the body. But they've actually now found systems that the brain can actually take antibodies from your main body, but it also can filter waste out back to your main body. So it can pull it back into your. So there is an exchange going on when they thought before that there was no exchange going on. It went to the filter to the brain, back from the brain to the filter to the body. That's what they believed up until
Yeah,
very recently.
let me jump in here and say this is called the blood-brain barrier, is what this is called.
Yes,
Um,
yeah.
but I think we have known about it for a long time. But like,
No, the blood-brain barrier, yes, but
and
there's
then
still
like
there's
the
still stuff that's allowed to pass through to the
yeah.
brain directly from the body, and the brain produces its own waste products, uh, and that's allowed to travel in the other direction. But they didn't know that up until very, very, very recently.
Oh, okay. And then you have the chiroid system that like your spinal fluid, and that's it's a closed system too. I,
Exactly, but if they're discovering new functions of the brain now, and
oh yeah,
telepathy has been in the human psyche for a very long time,
that would be
who knows?
interesting if they could ever prove that work. That would be neat. Like I just want to say, let me make one announcement, and then y'all can go back to talking. BS Lewis is in the chat, and if you are not subscribed to BS Lewis, you should subscribe. He had a great stream the other night with Dr. Kip Davis, who was a Bible scholar, and it was on Adam and Eve, and it was awesome stream. So, like his name B.S. Lewis, and I'll put it in chat, and it'll be in the description of the channel. But it is definitely worth watching. It was a great stream. BS does animations in his videos. It was interesting, really good. But and okay, that's all I was gonna say. Thank y'all. I'm gonna mute again because I'm doing a few things. So Sorry, Robin, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No problem.
All right. I'd like to get back to the dreams if no one else has anything to talk about.
The dream's not going anywhere.
No, probably not. Do you have something you would like to bring up, Scam?
Well, I look at it. I mean, if he wants to claim dreams of any kind or any sort or part of some kind of reality, then you have to nail down what exactly is the reality he's defining or speaking upon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Because you can essentially dream of anything. That doesn't make the dream any part of any reality.
No.
Well, it depends on what you mean by reality. So philosophers just disagree because they define reality in different ways.
It's definitely an internal reality. When you're dreaming,
Yeah.
it's real for you.
So do you mean physical, external, when you say reality?
It's an internal reality, you
Well, no,
know.
I was asking the person who spoke about
I would imagine Scam's
reality.
talking about an external reality.
Okay.
Well, if you are having a dream that you claim is some sort of reality because you dream it, wouldn't that make it some sort of place you go to instead of you concoct it out of nothing?
Well, they are real mental events.
Yeah, I mean, how many people have had the dream that they're trying to find their way back to their home, but they know exactly where they are in their dream, but they just can't seem to find their own home or their front door?
I don't know that I've ever had that dream, but I've had other dreams that people
What
have a
about the
lot.
falling dream?
Yep, I've had a falling dream for
Never
sure.
hit the ground.
Everybody's had the falling dream.
Anybody's ever hit the ground before?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
What happened? Oh
I
my
woke
god.
up.
You woke up, yeah.
I woke up and it's not. It really isn't fun. Do not hit the ground. Don't do it.
I remember someone telling me when I was a kid that if you hit the ground, you'll actually have a heart attack. So I would always make it an effort not to hit the ground, try to wake myself up before I hit the ground. So maybe that's why I've never hit the ground.
There's a scientific explanation. So what they say is that you're having some sleep apnea and you're desperately trying to wake yourself up. So I had a dream, and it was a reoccurring dream, and it was really annoying. And I'm actually capable of, to some extent, of lucid dreaming. And so I'm on this platform, and I know it's a train platform, you know, and it's one of those ones where the platform's in the middle, and you've got a train track on either side of it, and a train comes along really, really fast, and it sucks me onto the platform, and before I can get out of the platform, I know that there's another train going to come along and it's going to hit me. And eventually it just got really, really annoying because it was a reoccurring dream, you know, and I knew it was going to happen, but I just seemed powerless to stop it.
Well, it doesn't sound like you were doing a good job of lucid dreaming then.
That is very true. I said limited capability. I said limited capability. I
Fair
mean,
enough.
I've actually before now also gone back. So I've woken up because of a nightmare, and I've gone back into it, and I've changed the outcome. I've done that, you know, just
Okay.
because something annoyed me in a dream. But also in a dream, I've also recognized that I am dreaming. Like I said, with this train one, I know exactly that I'm dreaming. I try to do everything, like grab onto a chair, a person. I think I even tried to push somebody else underneath the train instead of me. But there was nothing I could do. I kept getting sucked onto the train line. And afterwards, my rational brain is like, wait a minute. If the train passes by so quick, I get sucked in. Surely enough, another train's not going to be right behind it to hit me. But it was very annoying.
Yeah, yeah, that kind of thing. When that happens, it's a failure of the railroad companies usually.
How do you know you're not dreaming right now?
Ah, we could all be living in a massive simulation. Nothing, well, the simulation could be real, but nothing else is. And God is just basically the guy with the power button to turn the simulation off.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of have to accept that as a brute fact.
Or the girl.
Or the girl, of course. Girl
Yes.
power. Yeah. Let me just state for the record, I believe that women can be equally as evil as men, and equally tyrannical. So
I would agree with you on that. Yes. I don't know. You may, if you hang around me very long, you may come to recognize that I will tend to have a lot more men around in my friend circle than women.
yeah, it's I think that's done kind of, it balances communities out, if you see what I mean. It really does. Some women can deal with male energy much better than they can do with other female energy, and vice
Yes.
versa as well. So it's,
Not that I, not like women. I don't in general. I don't specifically. I just tend to gravitate. I was a truck driver for 27 years, so I worked with all men. I hauled milk for like the last 15 years. So, and that was definitely like truck driving is pretty much an all male thing anyway. But milk hauling is definitely an all like all. I was the only route driver in the state of Kentucky that was a woman. So, um,
my stepfather was a truck driver. Um, he drove all around Europe,
yeah,
and
I did that cross country stuff a long time ago, but I'd been hauling milk for just quite a while, and like it, it's definitely pretty much all men thing.
I
Hello,
think that
Lee.
being a driver is, it's there's a mentality behind it. My stepfather, like I said, he used to take both me and my little sister if he was going to do a long journey. Like he took me to Italy once to see the Pyrenean, and I don't know, maybe it was because I was a kid, but eventually I just found it boring, and I started to make excuses not to go with him on his long haul driving trips. But I think it takes a particular personality to, because you're hyper vigilant on the one hand and you're super relaxed on the other hand because you're driving. You need to be both at the same time, and it takes a certain personality rather than a gender, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, OE. Um,
Hey, thanks for letting me jump on. Phantom, thanks for catching that link, brother. I appreciate you for paying
yeah,
attention.
I did. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I was, yeah.
No worries at all. No worries at all. I'm actually pretty wiped out from today's out of me. I'm getting to be too old for this. But Robin number 2, SPC Robin. Since you're here, I figured I might as well ask you really quick. Um, you mentioned that you wanted to come onto my channel to talk about your SPC philosophy, your economics position. And I'm more than happy to have you on, but you haven't responded to whether or not you want to take a date in June or not. And my schedule fills up really
I
fast.
said, I did. I said for sure. June sounds really good to me because you said that you're really busy and you've got quite a few guests lined up. June sounds fantastic. You've got my
Oh,
email
I
now,
never.
right? Because I emailed you.
Let me double check. I think you did. Just excuse me while I have you here. Let me just really quickly. And I'm sorry to divert from the conversation, you guys, but just I figured this is just going to be probably the easiest. Let me just double check, Robin. I think now you mentioned, I think you did send me an email, because that's a much easier way to communicate than it
Yeah,
is
yeah,
through
it was
the.
really weird because I created my own ethics test on kind of like online with AI, because somebody said, Well, unless you can understand where you're coming from politically, or So I created my own test, and it's like you don't have a political persuasion, and your system has ethics, but it's mostly just economically motivated. So I listen into your shows, and yeah, I'd like to explore myself as well as exploring the topic.
Yes. Okay. I think I found it. Okay. Is your last initial with a W?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Yeah, brother. I got you. I even did lock it. Okay. So yeah. I don't know how I
Cool.
missed that. Did you? Okay. So
You
let
can
me,
send
since
me
I
an
got you
email
here.
with a date and a time, and I have to check because I'm in the UK. So, but you always put Eastern time on your videos, don't you?
Yeah. That seems to just be when I do B2B stuff. Most everybody that's international uses Eastern Standard Time. So that's what I tend to just go with. But let me just, I got
Yeah,
my
it's
calendar right.
perfect. It's perfect because it's easy for me to recalculate that. Sorry, guys, for taking up your time.
Are you, do you do something on me first?
Nope.
Let's lock that up right now since I have you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
go ahead and put it in your calendar. I'm putting it in my calendar right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in my calendar, June 21. Yeah.
Yep, that's perfect. And then it'll be, the stream is always at 4 p.m. Eastern
Okay.
on Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern. So that's a Sunday, June 21st. And then I will send you an email ahead of time, a link to join the studio. And if you could just log in like 10, 15 minutes early to make sure that we have everything in order. And if you have anything you want to like screen share, which is always, especially on something as complex as what we're going to be talking about, I think visual aids would be helpful, but it's up to you if you want to do that or not.
Okay, cool. Yeah. It's a book, and most of them might just be economic, like economic bar charts, but nothing more.
Yeah, that's perfect. Whatever you want to do, we can get it all set up. Just try and be out a few minutes early. So, Jill, I'm here personally. Did you want to throw any more insults at me? You don't have to feel like such a coward to do it from the, while I'm in the chat. Here I am. You could sling away.
Oh yeah, I did. I forgot what I said. It was a joke, but
No, that's fine. That's fine. It was something about I'm dreaming about women all the time or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, the particular type of dream.
Jill's been fairly playful this evening.
He has been pretty. He must be in a good mood.
But particular type of dream that we had when we were in, teens.
Wait a second.
Those are the best kind of dreams.
All right.
I sometimes actually
But were they
dream
real?
of my mum who passed away. And I love to see my mum in my dreams.
That he has to keep it clean on the channel. No. I'm sorry, Robin. I'm picking on
he was talking about dirty dreams. No, sometimes, occasionally, I get lucky. My mum passed away. I don't know how many years because I can't count years, but it's like 20 years back. And I see her in my dreams sometimes, and it's always really cool, just to see her again. Because, yeah. Your dreams are amazing. I mean, they can take you to places, you can meet people, you can, and even if it lives completely in my own head, which I'm not sure of, I appreciate them.
Well, I would like to just point out, BS didn't really respond to me in the chat. I don't know if he just has ignored me now for some reason all of a sudden, but I thought it was hilarious what he said. And I'll use clean language, Robin. I'll be very careful.
I saw that.
But yeah, B.S. Lewis says that if a plane goes down, he's not going to pray. He's gonna give it a good yank, if you know what I mean. And I was laughing. And I thought, that's actually probably like not a bad idea because the reverse psychology. Like if your kid hurts his foot, you punch him in the arm to kind of distract him. So if the plane's going down and everybody's freaking out, just whip it out and give it a good yank. And that little old lady across the aisle, she'll just be horrified. What is this guy doing? And she'll totally forget that the plane is crashing. So
that is one of the best answers I've ever heard. That is a good answer. I was just thinking of panicking before, but now I've got a real plan of action.
Right. And everyone's still going to be in horror except for B.S. Lewis. He's going to have a smile on his face, but he's accomplished his mission by distracting people from their, from the plane crash.
Yeah, everybody will be thinking, what's he doing?
Must be an American.
I'm sure
God, these
somebody
Americans.
would complain though. I'm sure somebody would complain. Even though they've got like less than a minute, somebody's gonna go, "You shouldn't be doing that here, sir."
Calling for the
BS says
stewardess.
what if
Hitting
the
that
plane
call button
rights
for the
itself?
stewardess.
You know what BS said? The only bad thing is what if the plane rights itself?
Well, there
If.
you could just say, if it writes itself, you could say it's because of what I was doing. Like
Yeah, you can
that's why
take
it got
credit
fixed.
for it,
Yeah,
BS.
take credit for it.
Say that
Just make
this
just make sure
this
you
Mac
don't do it when
bag
the
plane.
stewardess. Yeah, just make sure you don't do it when the stewardess is like giving those pre-flight instructions.
Yeah. If the plane is not crashing, please don't do it. If the plane is crashing, you can do whatever you want, but if it's not,
Well, we'd probably have to be sitting right beside him anyway to notice.
I'm pretty sure
Well,
that like most people, apart from BS, like 90% of them at least, will all be going, "Can I please have a miracle? Let me get out of this somehow."
It's BS's suggestion poses some interesting ways to like say comfort the person you're next to.
Yeah, that's what OE's point was. Sort of, except for not really comfort.
Yeah,
Right.
but
but I'm just saying,
if you're an atheist, what would you say? Don't worry, it will be painless.
No, I'd be screaming. I would be screaming. I would probably be looking for a thing. I don't know. I might even try to flap my arms or something. I
You'd
don't
be
know.
screaming if you were sitting next to BS. That's for sure.
Like I would hate to get. I would hate to. That would be horrible. Like the plane that went down in Pennsylvania after 9/11 and stuff. On 9/11, those like they fought back and everything. That would have been horrible. Just horrible. But
Oh, trust me, no, I don't think it's a good way to go. But I do think that lots and lots of people would start praying.
I disagree. Okay, I wouldn't say it that way. Not to be so confrontational. I'm sure you're right. There will probably be lots of people who will pray because most people are religious. But I have had situations in life where I almost died. So just a real quick story. I invented a new type of a hull design, and I built a hybrid kayak to test the design out as the medium. And I was testing my kayak in some really big white water, really big, and it was really cold. And I ended up getting trapped upside down. And I lost my paddle. I couldn't roll myself. And I'm upside down going through these rapids, and I was underwater for a long time. My head's bouncing off the rocks. And at some point I realized that I was going to die. I was like, I tried everything I can. I am going to drown. And I thought to myself, I don't want to drown in this state of panic. I want to, die happy. So I just started thinking about like my wife and things I've done in life and things I've accomplished. And man, once you can accept death and embrace it, there's a state of peace that is undescribable. Literally, I've done all kinds of drugs. I've had crazy sex. I've done it all. And I have never, ever felt a state of ecstasy or peace like this. It's like nothing you can describe. It was quite amazing. So I think that, dying, if you're facing your death, if you're going down in a plane crash, my advice would be to do that, to just die happy. You can't do anything about it. You're not gonna, flapping your arms isn't gonna solve the problem, obviously.
That was amazing. You actually went to the inside and thought about the things that you care most about and what you would be leaving behind.
Yeah, and it took all the fear just instantly disappeared. All the panic, everything, all the negativity just literally just went away. And like I said, I felt the state of peace that it's indescribable. I wish I could put it into words, and I wish I could attain that state of peace without having to drown myself to do it, because it was pretty awesome.
It probably
then you'll wake up in the dream called heaven.
heaven.
Maybe so.
Maybe
so.
But I'm a liberal, so I don't get to go to heaven. So.
Yeah, but that's another thing, right? Religion messes everything up. Religion destroys God, and the reason that I say this is because, for one, if there was such a thing as God, and I happen to believe that there is, it doesn't roam the earth writing books, right? It just doesn't do that. So if there's a book written, it was written by some bloke, or lady, and who knows whether they were in contact with the all powerful divine being. So, like, religion destroys God because God's not religion. It never was. God was there before religion. It will be there long after the world's gone. It's like, religion.
Depends on how you define religion. So, I mean, you could define religion as an organized group of people who believe something. If that's how you define religion, then religion has always existed. And
Yeah,
according to
but
the
I
scriptures,
these days, back before reading and writing was discovered, religion was a group of people, like you just said. As soon as there was a book written, it's a group of idiots
not
that
all of them.
follow the so-called teachings of one book, you know? And most of them were written so long ago, they're not even relevant today.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. But by saying it's not relevant when there's
No,
moral
I mean,
precepts and concepts that we still adhere to today, which is why you don't have more than one wife if you live in America. So it is extremely
well,
relevant, more relevant now than ever.
some people in America have got more than one wife.
Yeah, they've not legally.
So that whole sister wives thing, it was a bunch of illegally married people doing a television show.
If they're in America, yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
You didn't know that polygamy was against the law?
Yeah,
I,
the
no, no, I did not know that. No.
well, the Mormons did practice it, but like, um, it is illegal that, as far as I know. But there was a show, and I just now noticed Phantom left. When did he leave?
I mean, I live in the UK, and I'm literally going to Google it now whether it's illegal in the UK. I do know that if you're a male, you're not allowed to walk around naked, but if you're a woman, you are. But I'm going to
Where?
double check that.
In the United States? That's
Pardon?
not true. Like in most places in the United States, men can go topless and women can't. Actually,
Oh,
Oh
he's in the
no,
UK.
because of something Queen Victoria said. So apparently, women are allowed to walk around as they were born anytime they want. It's not. Well, it's that in
in
England
England,
we've got statutes and crimes, so it's not a crime, but it's statutory law. But men are not allowed to walk around naked, and apparently it's a crime. So
but oh, that's in
strange.
England.
Yes, that's in the UK. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Robin, can I ask you really quick a favor? You posted a link to there's a young man who joined the panel today, and I don't
Leo,
have a copy of it. Could you
was
post
it
that link here in the chat so I can just pull it off? I'm adding links to that video right now.
was it Leo? Leo Phileas?
Yeah, Leo. I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, Leo.
Okay, that's the one I thought you probably would have trouble finding. Yeah, I'll put it in chat. Yeah,
Okay,
Leo
sorry to interrupt you
Phileas.
guys.
Oh, apparently polygamy is illegal in the UK as well because of inheritance laws.
Not for long. You keep letting Muslims climb over your gates, your borders.
Yeah.
You're laughing.
I, d- d-
You know what Islam is?
I think that
Let's
before
let's not do any Muslim bigotry, okay? Please.
okay,
Oh,
I was just, but I was gonna say
no Muslim bigotry.
before
Thank you,
the
Jill.
religion of Islam becomes a big enough threat, I think AI is going to be a bigger problem.
I have some Muslim friends who are like, I don't really know all the different parts of Islam, and there's much of Muslim religion, and
Yeah, the Sufi, for
I agree
example,
that I
absolutely beautiful people.
they're very oppressive of women. But the few friends that I have that are Muslim that I'm friends with are like not that type of Muslim, but they're still Muslims. So
Not that kind of Muslim.
Well, they're not oppressive to women. Like they don't have that. They don't have. They don't. Their women don't have to wear stuff on their head, and I don't know the
Okay.
difference. I don't know what. I think
There,
maybe
there's
they
there
did
is
follow.
yeah, there's a sect of Islam, and they call themselves Sufi Muslims,
Yeah, maybe
and
that's what they are.
they are very, very. They're kind of like the hippie Muslims of the Muslim world, but all of the rest of the
Mystics,
Islam hates
yes,
them.
yes,
So,
mystic Muslims,
So they're
mystic.
not traditionalists, maybe
well, the way that I understood it, because I lived in
classical.
Granada in Spain for quite some time, and there was a Sufi retreat there where anybody could go, and you would be, given a bed and a place to stay so that you could reflect, and kind of sort yourself out. But they were very different than the rest of the Muslim world. But they say to themselves that they're older than, because think about it. If anybody knows the Bible, and I know that Objection to Ethics does, um, they say that the religions came about with the split of Abraham, his children. Uh, so that happened like six, 700, 800 years before Islam even bothered to rear its ugly head. So that means that Islam is older than the Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah, yeah. My friend Issa Kabir is one of them. Issa Kabir, and I think he is a. Did you say Sufi? I think that's what he is. He's Sufi, but like he lives in a different state. And Kentucky had a really bad floods in eastern Kentucky, and it destroyed a bunch of homes. He traveled from his state down to my state and built homes for the flood victims, which lots of people who lived in Kentucky, including me, did not go do. So he's
Yeah, in their opinion, Muhammad is just a prophet like any other prophet, like
I don't
Moses or any other prophet.
I don't have any
So
idea what he believes. I just know that he's really tolerant of other. He's really tolerant. He's really like he's a theist, so he definitely and he's sort of a little right winger too, a little bit conservative. So, but he's still a good person, really good person.
yeah, and I was lucky enough also in Spain to for almost 9 months. I lived with a Moroccan family in Andalusia. I worked in the greenhouses there. They call them the plasticos, all of the plastic picking the fruits. And I lived with a Moroccan family for almost 9 months, and they were beautiful people. So, but it doesn't change the fact that uh, I'm not happy with any of the world religions. If you're following one of those books, all of those books are, yeah,
I'm
they're
not.
just, yeah. Just be a man of God. Don't follow any book.
I don't be a man of God, but OE, did you find that? Did you see
Be a
that?
man of God. Don't follow any book. Interesting.
Yeah, I just entered it into the description, Robin, and I subscribe to his channel too. Thank you so
Oh
much.
yes, Leo's a really smart guy. He is really smart guy.
If there is such a thing as a God, it existed before the book. So yeah,
Are you a man of God?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, and where do you get your instructions from on your
Uh,
daily deportment, how to
I'm one of
live?
those weird people that believe that my thoughts can
Oh,
be external to my, and uh, I think that it's important. Well, there are higher powers. Uh, if a meteorite that's 22 kilometers wide comes crashing down towards America, that's definitely a higher power. Something put the meteorite there. Something put the other planets out there. So there's something that came before humanity, and it will be there long after humanity. And I decided to call it the universal architect. And so it is God, and I
okay.
believe that
So,
there is one.
so God is communicating with you and letting you know that this is right, this is wrong. How does that work?
If I knew that, I would be the richest man on planet. earth,
Okay.
but I don't.
So we say that yes, God does communicate with us through our spirit. We would say we can call it, or the mind, or the heart. But that because it's filtered through our mind, we do need to confirm it or verify it with the Word of God. So the Word of God is
Yeah, because you don't
inspired.
want to be one of those people that walks into the hospital carrying your leg and go, "Can you please put my leg on? I'm in a lot of pain." And when the nurses asked the man why he did it, he said, "Because God told me to." That
No,
guy really should
no,
double check the messages that
no.
he's receiving.
Yeah, he should. He's probably not reading the Bible. But what we would say is that um, the the ultimate God is ultimate, but He has revealed Himself. He's not aloof like Allah, like other gods you read about. He has revealed Himself in time and space, and He inspired men. What was He supposed to use? An ape? They're still not able to read or write.
That would have been a good
So,
idea. Yeah, if he had
no,
created,
that wouldn't.
if
They
he had
can't read or write.
created, if God had created an all-encompassing chimpanzee to come and teach men how to be better, I would believe it much more
Oh,
than
right. And the
some.
man teaching the ape how to
Well, wait a
ride.
minute.
That makes a lot of
Chimpanzees
sense.
are
Yeah,
quite violent. Like
it's
I would
just
say,
quite
the
silly.
bonobo would be better. The bonobo is a matriarchal
Yeah,
society.
but that would be the special thing because this wouldn't be the gorilla family killing type of chimpanzee.
Well,
It would be the peace-loving chimpanzee, the one that is
That
yeah,
coming
would
well,
to.
be more
they're just
convincing.
they're
Yeah,
both just as equally related to gorillas, but they're just they split off from after, like, in evolutionary we split off with the pans around 7 million years ago, and then they split off. Which the bonobos they split off. They only split off in the Congo because it's the only place that bonobos actually live, is on one side of the Congo River. Um, but
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that is
You
true.
know, Robin. Robin,
Bonobos have
if you
much
want
better
to,
societies than
this
chimpanzees.
Robin, if you
obsession
want to
with
get
apes.
rich off of religion, all you need to do is just do what the church did, what the Christian church did. Just make it up. They got
Can can
rich.
can,
They already
Just
got
make
Planet
up.
of the Apes. It's too late.
can you
Already got
can
well,
two
you call
movies
me
out already.
Spec Man if you're talking to me? Because that way, because I'm in the chat with Robin, and I think that she deserves to keep her name.
oh well. Um,
She'll get copyrighted from
I'm
the
gonna keep my
owners.
name. Yeah, yeah, but I forgot which. Yeah, I forget. There's two Robins in here, but yeah, it's your name too. In fact, I have a friend who's trying to have a baby, and I've been trying to get them to name it Robin. I said, you can name it Robin, boy or girl.
Robin is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful name. Did you know that it originates from India?
I don't know. Cherokee have a name for it too. Have a use for it too, like a name.
The
Cherokee.
Cherokee.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
I
yeah. They
did
have it.
not know that.
They have. It's in Cherokee language too, and yeah, because I'm part Cherokee. Like, believe it or not, I have two great grandmothers who were full blooded Cherokee.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So the Cherokee,
Like I know that's an interesting thing about Islam. You can't actually write our name in the Arabic alphabet. It turns out to be Robini
see,
instead
that
of
would be
Robin.
great. That's a great reason to never become a Muslim, because like I've had a few um, people who have tried to convince me to convert, like become a Muslim, and um,
It's so weird because the people that try to convince you, they know next to nothing about their own so-called book anyway. They know
well,
nothing
I mean,
about
these
their own
people know
religion.
about it, but I'm afraid they think I don't know about it. Is what it is. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like.
I'm not going to become a Muslim. I'm not. I mean, I'm definitely not going to become a Muslim. So
Yeah, it's honestly out of all of the world religions, it's the silliest. It really is, you know.
I don't
Uh,
know. I think they're on. Once you kind of like quit believing in God, they all seem silly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got a gripe with all of the so-called Abrahamic religions. They're all silly, but that one just takes the biscuit. Did you know that they've got a chapter in their book that it's called The Art of War. The Islamists, the Muslims. It's called The Art of War or The Spoils of War, and it's horrible.
Well, I mean,
It's
there's much of the Bible that's about the spoils of war too, but
yeah. I'm like I said, I'm not picking on just one of the people of the book. I'm picking on all of the people of the book. Eh? They're all
So what's
their
in this
books.
art
They're,
of war?
yeah,
Describe what's
but
in this art.
at least the New Testament doesn't have a chapter called the Art of War or the Spoils of War in it. You know, even though Jesus had nothing to do with writing it, I'm pretty sure if he wrote it himself, he would say, and in the first line, first bring death to all Romans, because I'm pretty sure that Jesus Christ is responsible to bringing death to very many Romans,
So
which
what's
is
in
why
this
they
book
crucified him.
that you read? Well, what's in this book that frightens you so?
must have
Excuse
missed
me.
that
This
part.
Art of War book. What's in it that frightens you so?
Oh, that you should kill your enemies, but don't kill their women, enslave them, and use them for unspeakable things. It's not very holy, is it?
Well, Muhammad was a war general, wasn't he? A fighter.
Well, yeah. His
Yeah.
favorite hobby was robbing people's caravans and stuff.
Right.
Even his own people kicked him out of his village because they didn't like him. Yet now all of a sudden you've got 1 billion people that follows his stupid book.
But
That's how he started his career. He started his career by robbing caravans.
you do realize though that in like is it which book is in the Bible? Because I'm terrible with it. Leviticus maybe or um Deuteronomy, Leviticus, like
Deuteronomy. No.
when
Uh,
Leviticus where they are supposed to go and take all the girls who have not known man
mm.
captive and
That's in First Samuel. That's an incident where
oh Samuel.
that's one incident in which God instructs them to do this in one area only. That's not
Oh,
a prescription for war. And the reason why that area had to be exterminated is because I call it divine quarantine. It's because the practices in that region were so egregious, the sexual practices, that even the water supplies had become corroded,
Why
had
didn't
become
God? Why didn't
contaminated.
God just go down there? You know, slap them around a bit, clean their water.
Let's figure out what
Yeah?
happened first before we figure out what God should have done. Robin, God point 2.0. God 2.0 over here, Robin. So this was more of a quarantine. Now, today, if that would have happened today, we would close off that area. Now, if let's say there was no cure, we would close off that area and no one is leaving until everyone is dead. So it's called the plague of Peor. And this is the same plague that generations ago, these people were still practicing these rituals, they called them. They were sexual prostitutes, um, child sacrifice, bestiality. So all of these things, and we can look up online at CDC, and we could see it's called syphilia, the different diseases that can occur simply, by that act alone. I'm trying not to be detailed, graphic. So this was more of a quarantine effort. That's why even the animals were to be slaughtered. Normally, you would take the animals as what during a war? Booty. But this time, God says even the animals had to be destroyed. The only thing that could not be destroyed, of course, were virgins because they had not been contaminated with the plague. So there's a little bit more background going on it. And that's not a prescription for how you wage war. In Israel, the
Still, if
prescription
these are the
was
kind of trash arguments you're
different.
going to come up with, are you sure you want to show up to that debate, brother?
Yeah, this argument, which you will have no counter argument for, but yeah,
My goodness. All right.
and
That's
you don't have a
insane.
counter argument now. So you better prepare for one, but there isn't any. There aren't any. There's no counter argument. This was one region. God gives the parameters in which they are to attack. He tells you
How
you are to
comes?
attack from here
How comes God
to
stopped
here.
giving those parameters? Did he go on holiday? Like in COVID, you should have come and said, you know what?
COVID.
Close off China, save the virgins. But it
COVID
didn't.
was
Why?
your fault. Those were your people lying to us. Those were your people making this stuff in laboratories, Fauci, and that's your fault. Don't blame God for that one.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I blame God for everything because I blame God. I blame God for existence. But that's not the point.
Yeah, he did
The
allow
whole
it. He
point
does allow it.
is,
Yeah.
in the 2,000 years that have intervened since that last book was written, and it steals so much from the Old Testament to just give it value for some reason. I don't know why it bothers to do that, because everybody should be able to agree that the Old Testament's absolutely horrible. Um, but no, it's a badly written book. It really is, honestly. You know.
Robin 2.0. That's are you by chance an antinatalist?
No, not at all. No.
He believes
Oh,
he's
okay.
God.
I believe that we should go forth and multiply, and we should eventually inhabit our own solar system and the wider
Where'd that
universe.
come
I
from?
want humanity to go on to great heights.
I
Like,
have trouble. I have trouble too. Like when I go over there, I forget because there's a lot of on the like Robin's on the show called the Finding Gnosis show a lot, and I go over there and it's like there's a lot of anti-natalists and there's also a lot of vegans. Are you vegan?
No, I was a vegetarian for 7 years, but then I got into something called permaculture.
Mm-hmm.
It was a system, well, designed mostly by a guy called Bill Mollison, and he said that you actually need all kinds of other creatures apart from us to maintain a healthy farm. You need the insects, you need the microbes, you need the smaller livestock, you need the bigger livestock, but you also need to manage these creatures because the days of the world being wild and us being hunter gatherers is long gone. So unless you manage these creatures, their populations will grow out balance and blah blah. So culling happens again, and there is no realistic way in which the entire planet can be vegan. It can't happen. We'd still have to cull. It's like they're in Scotland. They're planning on putting the wolves back in Scotland because the deer population are eating all of the young trees before they can become a forest again, and it's completely out of balance. So we live in a dualistic universe. There's good, there's bad, there's light, there's dark. Everything has to be in balance, and unfortunately, God created the universe that way. So we all use the resources of other living things so that we can live.
Well,
Even vegans.
see, I'm not a vegan either, but I'm
Even vegans.
almost scared to tell D&W and them that I'm not a vegan because they don't.
The other day, I saw a whole bunch of vegans on a carrot field, and they murdered around 500 carrot plants.
Oh
They're
well,
terrible people.
but
Yeah.
but I've always because they don't like. There's sometimes they're very hostile to non-vegans on that show. I've noticed. Have you ever been there, OE, when they were like?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
there was a
Oh,
long time, you know,
absolutely.
because of this do no harm, and generally I believe in doing no harm, but sometimes leaving, you know, millions of deers to run around destroying the Scottish Highlands, that's harm, and
Well,
they
they
have
starve too. Like we
somebody
have to
should
have.
cull
Yeah,
them.
yeah, we
Somebody
have
should
to have.
cull them.
Yeah, in
Yeah, we
Kentucky, we
actually
have to
had,
have
I think it was the second mass extinction event, depending on how you want to rate the mass extinction events, because some people say the first mass extinction event wasn't technically a mass extinction event, but because it's only talking about microbial life, which is, you know, they don't really gauge it as life necessarily. But the second mass extinction event was basically, it's a series chain of events, a chain of causes, or mass extinction event, and we're talking about global mass extinction, right? And what happened is, as the climate changed and the ice started to increase, it lowers the sea levels because the sea gets pulled up in ice, right? And so what was happening is most of the coral reefs and most of the um, life was in the ocean was getting exposed because the sea levels were they were at shallow seas, and those sea levels were then drying up or shrinking, and so it was exposing the coral reefs. The coral reefs died, and what ended up happening is the predator species died out first. And once the predator species died out, then the herbivores were just growing prolifically. They ended up eating themselves out of food, and then they went extinct. So taking
Yeah.
out all the predators from an ecosystem actually will crash the ecosystem. It's a scientific fact. So the whole
Yeah.
vegan thing is really nonsensical if you really get down to the practicality of it. I mean, I've listened to guys on that show. There's one guy, he's got a huge following, hundreds of thousands of followers. He goes by Vegan Gains. And
Yes.
he's literally, I've heard him say that he doesn't give a fuck about the planet. We should just chop down all the trees to make more room for farms. And it's like, oh my God, dude, if you chop down all the trees, you're going to send us into an ice age. That actually happened here in America when when the pilgrims came over. They were chopping down trees before the Franklin stove was invented. They were using these open hearths, these massive fireplaces, these stone fireplaces, and they were huge, and they were burning excessive amounts of woods highly inefficiently to heat up their log cabins, right? They chopped down so many trees so quickly just here in North America that it actually sent the entire planet into a mini ice age. So we know you can't just be rampantly just deforesting things. There's massive repercussions from that. And the vegans don't care about the planet. They don't care about any of that stuff. The other thing I've heard him say is I've also heard him say, no, I've also heard him say that he doesn't care about the fucking polar bears. He wish they would just go fucking die because the polar bears are carnivores. And so not all vegans are like this, but he specifically and don't care about the carnivore species. It's like, so they're not reduce harm per se. They've just got this mentality of what they want, they think is right. And they have absolutely no concern for science or for evolution or how the real world works, what an ecosystem even is. It's completely beyond their understanding.
Exactly. Those people have no idea of what systems thinking is.
I mean, actually, I probably would rather speak to any religious person than a vegan. I don't know why. That like they're always seem to be very judgmental. Probably, I mean, like there's some vegans that I know that they're vegans and that's fine. They don't, but then there are the ones that do the vegan apologetics. They make it hard to, you know, to even think about being a vegan sometimes with
I have
telling
to
you what
admit,
you
I've only
should
met a couple dozen. Oh, I'm sorry. I have only met personally a couple dozen, maybe less than 50 vegans in my lifetime, and I've yet to meet a happy one.
I've met happy vegans, and but they're the ones that are doing it because they genuinely believe that they want to cause less harm.
But Robin,
So
please don't tell Chickpea and all them that I'm not a vegan. 'Cause,
yeah, but yeah, like I said, it's because they honestly, I used to be a vegetarian until I went into permaculture, and we had to keep animals, and one of the we kept chickens and we kept guinea pigs. So we had to keep animals, and to make compost, a 21-day compost, the best way to do it is to actually throw a dead animal, whether it's a human or a guinea pig, it makes no difference. It kickstarts the biological process. It sends it into overload, and you can literally compost organic matter within 21 days if you water it properly, aerate it properly, and turn it enough. So without that dead body, those processes, it can take up to 3 months. The world was designed, its systems were designed long before the first human ever bothered to turn up. So these people, they know nothing.
Big Bad Mama's in the chat. He says most vegans care about animals and want to minimize the destruction of habitat by cattle. And I've actually gone away from eating red meat and pork myself because of what the factories factory farming does to the planet, veganism or anything
And
like
the
that.
hormones that they pump into them, the hormones, my God. You know,
Yeah, I don't know.
they
I don't
pump
know about.
these.
Well, did you
Yeah,
hear? I
they
mean,
pump these farm animals
Robin, did you
so
hear
full of.
about the? You're savvy with politics. Did you hear about the Proposition 48 or whatever it is that's happening in Oregon? You know what I'm talking about? Where they want to make it so that the farming practices, artificial insemination, it should be criminalized in the same way that as a sex crime, like same thing as pedos and stuff like that. I kid you not.
For for animals.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Um,
I
like
know. Oregon is
um,
so far left.
hold on just a minute. Scamchin, are you? So, did you just drop out or?
What? No, I'm still here.
Oh, well, did you leave?
No, I'm right here.
Oh well, I thought I just brought you back in. It said to bring you back in.
I was.
Maybe you went to the back. Um,
Oh,
maybe you lost connection and sent you to the back. Like dairy. Here comes Dane too. Dairy producers, okay, now have to where you can order frozen embryos or whatever, and you implant them into the cows, and you have female only calves, so you don't produce male bull calves, which are useless to dairy farmers. And so that actually results in less, um, you know,
What about the profit that they make from raising their bulls to the age of 3 and sending them to slaughter?
well, no, that's what I'm saying. Dairy farmers don't like. I don't do beef cows, but I did work. I did haul milk, and the dairy industry developed a thing to where they IVF, to where they had frozen embryos that they implanted in the heifers, and they would only have female calves. So there was because at one time they
That
used to
makes
make,
also absolutely no sense because you're decreasing genetic diversity as well. So
I don't
that's
see how that's
it's
not no. I mean, I don't see how you mean they're decreasing diversity. Like they get them from they bring them in, they bring the embryos in. Um,
yes, but I think that's something that they might have overlooked. Uh,
no, I don't.
you know,
I think that they get a lot more diversity probably than if using their own bulls, but they like this prevent them first off from having to buy bulls, which will actually hurt injure cows when they're breeding if they let them just use regular
oh
bulls.
no, 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 the artificial insemination. I agree with that 100%.
And
It's
then
yeah.
they also can like they also though like the bull calves used to be sold, and then like some big dairies would just kill their bull calves. They wouldn't even sell them. And they were or they would go and make what is it that where they
But
just
there is a big
they feed
problem,
them
like in
raw. What's it
America.
called? What's it called? The kind of steak where it's real tender. They feed them in a box. Oh, yeah, veal, and
the
which is a
veal.
very horrific life for a cow because they raise them in a box, just in a small
Yeah,
box.
yeah, yeah. That is
Not that,
horrible. Yeah.
and so a lot of dairy calves were sold for veal too, which is um, pretty much animal cruelty. So I think that made a big difference for like dairy farmers on that. And so sorry, y'all, I'm getting
But
Wait for
in a
because
way,
specifically this is
it's
the
still culling. Except you're doing the culling even before inception, which because you have to control the population, the population that you have. So basically, are you saying that eventually all American cow farmers, if they can grow a cow without a head and milk it, that they do that to prevent suffering?
without a head.
Yeah, just dead.
No,
Just gives
it's not.
milk. It's dead.
Without a head. It's just that they don't have bull calves. They don't have male calves. Like they have only female calves, which is all they can milk. So they don't waste their cat. Like
Yeah,
that means
I do know in the chicken industry because
like the cows don't have to be pregnant for whatever amount of time and then give birth to a bull calf, which is just a waste to the farmer. So they overbreed them and stuff like that. And let me say
yeah,
hi
I
to
should
Dane. Dane,
I
hello.
should actually look into that. Maybe they've actually found a way that a cow can just be pregnant once, and they can, because their milk switches off, that they can just stop their milk from ever switching off, and then that way they have one calf that's
Well,
always a girl, and then they lactate for the rest of all eternity until they
yeah,
die.
but
Yeah.
what it happens is their somatic, and their somatic cell, though it's called the somatic cell, and it's bacteria. You have to dry them out for a little while. They have to be dried out. You have to dry them out every so often, or their somatic cell, which is bacteria that's in their milk, gets so high, and then like the dairies don't want to buy that milk because it's that they have to. You have to
Uh-huh.
dry a cow out
So we,
every
we
so often.
haven't we haven't
Hello.
completely managed to kind of like fabricate the whole life to death
No,
cycle. Or then
no.
there's still certain things that we don't have control over. We can control the sex of your child, but we can't control the bacteria that grows in your milk. Interesting.
Well, we didn't. Yeah, we were. I don't. We're not allowed to do that with humans, though. I don't think that's just for the livestock. Dane, how are
Oh
you?
no. NASA on YouTube is talking about genetically manipulating human babies
That's
so
not
that they
legal
can
in the United. Yeah, but that's not
withstand the
legal.
pressures of space. They've
That's not
got
legal
nothing
in.
against genetically manipulating us.
That's not legal in the United States to do anything like that, right there.
Well,
Hey, Dane, let me say hi to Dane. Robin.
NASA's openly talking about it. So
I know, but
it,
they still aren't. They aren't allowed to do it. Dane, let me say hi to Dane. What are you doing, Dane?
What up? I just saw you live streaming, so I hopped on.
Okay. Thank you for viciously defending me today.
Yeah. Well, I don't get sideways unless someone gets sideways first. You know, I try to come in civil, but if someone wants to get sideways, I can damn sure get sideways. You know, I have that ability. What up, Jill? How you doing, homie? I've been missing you.
Yeah, you've been ducking me too.
Ducking you.
Yeah.
I've been.
You
Uh,
busy?
no. I left a couple of comments on your page saying I'm ready, and you never got back to me.
You're ready for what?
I'm ready for you, big boy.
You ready to
Yeah,
debate me?
good
So what's the
I'm
morning,
ready
topic?
for you, big
What's the
boy.
topic?
I told you I just needed a couple weeks to get my notes together, but I've had my notes together for a few weeks now. So
Notes. What are your notes on?
some things.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Surprise, Jill. This is gonna be slavery.
No, that's your favorite subject. That's not my favorite subject.
Got some slavery stuff in there. What you got in? What you got going?
Some
Some
Jesus is a
genocide.
liar.
dark,
That's my favorite subject. Jesus is a liar.
Jesus
dark
is a
light.
liar.
Dark light wants to actually help all of us find our own internal Godhead, which is a good idea. I like it. He
We are
probably
all
doesn't.
God. Yes.
Yeah, he probably doesn't know who I am because I lost my channel and all of that. But I know who
Yes,
you are.
I was gonna say you, Robin, you and Dane probably could have some really deep conversations about y'all both have interesting God beliefs.
You lost your channel.
Yeah, I made a stupid mistake. I created a comic, uh, which i- which is it's back up now. It is totally kid friendly, but I put all of my content behind an 18 wall to try to avoid problems.
Yeah.
But then in the tags of the comic, I automatically generated them with an AI, and it put the words kid friendly in it. So the videos don't get looked at by humans. So it sort of must be over 18 kid friendly, and it just blocked me for life instantly. No recourse for. So I've had to totally restart my channel. I've lost so many friends and whatnot, but it's life. It's what it is. I still got you guys. I'm not alone.
Yeah, I'm totally banned on posting on my channel too for about 2 months now. I haven't been able to post.
What
Yeah,
happened?
it's
You're a
messed up.
liberal. How'd that happen?
Well, I realize that you identify me as a liberal, Jill, but that doesn't mean I identify as a liberal. I actually don't play the left versus right game. Left and right are
Neither.
both wings of the same bird of tyranny.
What
So I
got
don't play
you banned?
the left versus right game personally. But let me see here. They said too many copyright strikes. I got a couple strikes for copyright. I had a couple strikes for talking about medical stuff I'm not supposed to, for daring say anything about COVID. And the
Oh
last straw,
yeah, that'll get you banned by the liberals. Yeah,
Don't
well, the
go
very
there
last straw.
either. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
they lied
No,
to you the whole
I'm
summer. That whole summer they lied to us, and now we can't tell them. We can't say that they lied. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
But
that's the media.
we can again now. Now they've kind of eased off of it because they think that enough people have forgotten what they tried to do. But there was a time when just mentioning the word COVID was enough to
Well, I know,
get
but
you
Yeah.
you
kicked off.
can't do it here because I am like not anti-vax at all.
Yeah. We're not
Pro
trying to hurt
vac-
your channel,
I'm pro
but I was just
vaccine.
telling you what
I think
happened.
I think that probably to me, as far as I'm concerned, the probably one of the greatest achievements of mankind that the race has ever accomplished is the fact that we learned to find and like identify like these very small unable to be seen viruses and how to prevent them from killing people. So like I think that vaccines, I put vaccines above our travel to the moon as far as
Well, Robin,
accomplishments of humanity.
who said anything about vaccines? We were talking about COVID.
Well, I mean that's I know, but that all boils down to vaccines. But we're not going to talk about that. But so we don't do any vax over here because I am
Yeah,
definitely
we weren't
anti-vax.
talking about. I love vaxes too. We weren't talking about
Okay,
vax.
so
So
that's good because Jill, because a lot of people are not pro-vaccine right now, and like the measles are coming
I
back.
don't know. I'm very pro-vax. Yeah,
Yeah, good.
I never was, and I've never had one in my life.
just not
I'm
pro
even
jab.
my mum, she was never, and so therefore in England most people they walk around with this circle of dots on one of their arms, on one of their shoulders, and I don't have them, and people are so surprised, and then they tell me the only thing that's protecting me is the fact that they bother to do it.
Yeah, yeah, herd
That
immunity.
makes no sense. It
No,
makes no sense.
it
It's
makes
like
herd
if I wear a suit of armor, yeah,
Robin.
and somebody
It's
hits
called
me with a
herd
sword,
immunity.
I won't die. But if the other guy's not wearing the suit of armor and he gets hit with the sword, he's gonna die, and
Robin,
I'm not dead.
Robin.
So
It's called herd immunity.
Herd immunity.
herd
It is.
immunity,
That's what it's called. Herd
it
immunity
doesn't work
is
because
when you
unless
get
they've eradicated this thing, right? Is measles eradicated? No, it just floats around in the air. It's constantly floating
no,
around in the
no, no,
air.
no, no. Okay,
So,
just change the subject on vaccines because I don't want any.
Well, I got a good subject to change it to. I don't know how much better
All
it
right,
is, but the very last straw that got my channel banned was I said Russell Brand is my meth dealer, but I was talking about Methylene Blue, guys. I was talking about Methylene Blue. Okay, it was a clickbait title, but within 5 seconds I made it clear I was talking about Methylene Blue, which is a substance that you take for health. So that was the last straw, and I totally banned my channel.
Yeah, that'll
oh
do
my
it.
God, you watch Russell Brand?
No, I don't, but I did. I went to an event and he was there, and he had a company that was selling Methylene Blue, so I have a legitimate right to say that Russell Brand is my meth dealer. But YouTube didn't like that.
No, I
Hey guys, I have to
sometimes
jump off.
check in on him.
Robin, hold on. I have to jump off really quick, but can I ask you guys? I literally just switched my. I'm considering switching my internet provider, and some of you guys are breaking up a lot, and I don't know if it's my new connection. I didn't have it on. I switched it from. So I was using my old one today for the stream, but I switched over here just now, and I'm using my my new connection. Is it because you guys are having a bad connection, or is it my connection? Because Jill hasn't been breaking up for me at all, but a little bit of.
Well, I wasn't seeing.
Are you hearing?
It could have been.
Did you hear? Was Dark Light breaking up? Was Dark Light breaking up for anybody else?
I mean, Dane maybe some because I don't know. Maybe his.
No.
but I don't know. Are you going to be?
But Robin
Yeah, is
isn't
there any
breaking
way?
up for you. Robin number 2.
No. He's coming through.
Is there any way you could come in Discord in a few minutes and talk to me for a minute?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's no problem. I can do that.
Okay. All right.
All right. I'm gonna bounce
So
out.
I'm gonna
I'm
leave y'all.
gonna start making. I'm gonna start making some dinner. So just I'll have my phone over there in the kitchen. So just hit me up whenever.
I'll give you a call. I'll sign on after a while. Then, do you want to say something before you leave?
Thank you to everybody.
No. I'm sending him a confirmation email right now, and I will see him on the 21st of June.
Okay,
4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I'll look forward to it.
Let OE.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about politics. We're gonna talk about economics and politics. Though we're not gonna talk about vaccines, Robin. I can tell that right now.
No. We should.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So thanks to everybody for checking out my show today. Thank you for Robin for supporting the channel. If you guys did see the debate last night, it was a good one. You might want to check that out as well. And Jill, I'll be looking forward to debating you in in May. And you could go ahead and start throwing some more insults at me now that I'm not going to be here. I know how you like to roll, brother.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start insulting right away as soon as your face leaves.
All right, y'all behave. I'm gonna go take care of a few things, and so don't y'all be doing anti-vax, please.
Yeah.
Yes,
No.
The reason I actually came on was because in the UK they're talking about digital identification at the moment. It's kind of like one of the big hot topics, and they just set up one of what do they call this? Community speak groups, where they invite people from the community that they choose to decide on the fate of everybody else in the country, but they handpick them. And then the information that they give or the questions that they ask aren't even the right questions, because the question should be, should Britain have digital ID? But the question they're asking is, what should digital ID be? They're not even asking if we should have it. We don't need it. I don't want it, you know? So basically, that's a big problem. And in the USA, most of you aren't aware, you've got your own digital ID project, and it's called the Real ID.
Yeah.
And most Americans are completely but basically they want to create a virtual kind of internet bot of you, so that they can control you, track you, find out what you think, how to manipulate you. And if they can manipulate your digital ID, they hope that they can actually manipulate the physical real you.
Yeah, I want to get the fuck out of America personally.
That's impossible.
I don't think there's anywhere that you can. I don't think there's anywhere you can run to hide from this thing. I think we need to stand and fight.
Only if you're a Christian can you defend yourself against that type of attack. If you're not a Christian, then you're gonna accept the mark with gladness.
We're doomed, Dark Light. We're doomed.
Monday through Friday, Dark Light, anytime after 9 p.m. Central.
9 p.m. Damn.
Can you leave us with some wide words from the great prophet Jesus on how to deal with digital ID?
Don't take the mark.
Well, you don't have to be Christian to refuse the mark, bro.
Are you leaving, Jill?
Mark of the beast.
I agree that. There's no beast marking me. In fact, what if the mark of the beast was that GCB thing with the circle that they put? What if that was the mark and you already accidentally took it?
Are you leaving, Jill?
Am I leaving?
Oh, okay. He said, "Don't leave us." I thought maybe.
Oh.
Okay.
But you've already accepted the mark of the beast. If you're not a Christian.
Me for not believing that Jesus was God personified. Jesus was not God personified. He was a man that liked to talk about God, and he actually predicted the end times within his own lifetime. If he was God, why would he do that? He would know that it wouldn't be.
So you've already accepted the mark. basically.
No, I've already. Not accepting Jesus is accepting the mark of the beast.
Yes,
Our
it's,
Lord Krishna would
biblically,
have a
yes.
lot to say about that because
No,
he
the
did
Bible
everything.
does.
He did everything that Jesus did before Jesus did it,
The Bible has
including the
says that,
virgin
yeah.
birth. So
So
Jesus was an unoriginal prophet,
unoriginal,
written about by unoriginal men.
unoriginal. Huh? There's nothing new under the sun. He said that. But let me correct one.
Well, if there was
Let me
nothing new
correct.
under the sun, why did he need to open his
Let me.
mouth? We already knew everything he had to say.
Yeah, sure, sure. Let me correct one Bible blunder at a time. Okay. You said Jesus predicted the end of the world.
Within his own lifetime.
The hell? Where did you read that?
It's in there somewhere. Should I
Yeah.
look it up
Do
for
you
you?
know? Do you know what you're reading when you pick up this book, or you think it's the newspaper? Think it's
No, no,
the
no.
BBC?
No, I
What do you?
think
What do
I
you?
think I think that the New Testament was a badly written propaganda piece
Oh, because
by
you can't read
by
it. That's why.
Josephus
So
Flavius, written so that the Roman Empire could get better control over the Jewish
mhm.
people.
And he wrote it in a way which you could never understand it. So here's
Well,
what's going on.
exactly. So that's the whole point, right?
You,
Now,
you, you,
yeah,
not people who study like myself.
me.
So let me educate you.
I'm a pretty intelligent guy. If
Yeah,
I
you're not
can't
as
understand
intelligent
it,
enough,
it's a badly
obviously.
written book.
You're not intelligent enough, obviously. So
So Christianity is only for the super
Jesus,
intelligent.
when he
The
predicts,
evidence seems to
it's for
point to the
those who study.
contrary.
It's for those who study. And if you don't want to study, you just want to read and say, "Oh, it means this. Therefore, I said it.
Jill is the
Therefore."
living cipher of
And
exactly what
no.
the Bible means. Listen up.
So when Jesus predicts his second coming, he also predicts his second coming in judgment. So what does
I've
occur?
already judged Jesus, so I await
I know
his.
you have, but you haven't learned how to read the Bible. So
And seeing as he's not going to bother to turn up
prophecy,
in my lifetime, why do I even need to
and this
worry
is
about
why
his
you
judgment?
and this is why you don't know anything because about the Bible, because when someone tries to help you understand a text you've read, you overtalk. So Jesus is predicting two things in that passage, not one. He's predicting his second coming in a grand sense, which all prophets do whenever they give a prophecy or an omen. They give you something that's going to happen in the near future, and then they give you the ultimate reality. God's going to one day, God, not only is God going to wipe out your city for sinning against him, but in the last day, he's going to come and wipe out everything totally, in totality, in a grand sense. That's the pattern we see from Ezekiel, from Isaiah, from all the prophets. So Jesus, in likewise fashion, because he copies everyone, right? Yeah, you're right. He does copy people from the Old Testament. So he copies that pattern and he gives a prophecy about the destruction of Jerusalem. And at the same time, he gives a prophecy about him ultimately coming back. So when he says within a generation, he is referring to the destruction of Jerusalem or him coming in judgment to judge the Israelites for their sin. So that did occur within a generation, 40 years. 70 AD is the date.
Well, the way that I have it, Jesus was still alive in 70 AD, so.
This generation will not pass. The
Anyway,
generation is 40 years.
now that I understand it a little bit better, unfortunately, my opinion has not changed.
It won't. Let me give you another example. Matthew. Matthew, someone, whatever his name was, more than likely a Jew, living in the first, second century, writes, obviously would have read Isaiah. He would have read all of Isaiah. In fact, they would have memorized the Old Testament back then. They took it seriously. So whoever this person was says that Jesus is the fulfillment, his birth, his virgin birth, is the fulfillment of a woman who had a child in the Old Testament who wasn't even a virgin when she had her second child.
Yeah, but The Cleopatra, the Queen Cleopatra, she was of a virgin birth as well, and she was promoted to the godhood of Isis. Or it's not an original thing. I mean, Jesus didn't come up with any of these things. Somebody else
No
had
one's
already
claiming
written
that.
about
No, no
them.
one's claiming that. I'm showing you that the biblical authors in the New Testament are taking stories from the Old Testament and applying them to Jesus. So
Okay,
why are
so
you
we
responding
can
by saying that
we
they are
can agree
taking
that Jesus was completely unoriginal.
I,
We can agree on that.
no, okay,
Because
so
everything that he
all right,
seems to come
so
out of everything that seems to come out of his mouth, somebody had already
you,
done long before he ever
you
bothered to
know
turn up.
you know when you say someone is doing something that they're intentionally doing, it really doesn't have any effect. If you're telling me I'm doing something and I'm saying yes, that's what I intended to do, and then you keep saying I'm doing it, you're just wasting everyone's time. Okay, so Matthew Matthew knew, he knew that Isaiah already had his child in the very next chapter, Isaiah chapter 8. So the prophecy came that Isaiah would have a son. Okay, this is in the Old Testament. This is before Jesus existed, quote unquote, existed. Isaiah had the son in chapter 8. So it was
So,
already fulfilled,
so
right?
are you saying that this is why the Jewish community in general disavowed him from being the prophet because they'd already predicted that the prophet would come, and they
No,
knew for a fact that it just wasn't that Jesus.
no,
And
they rejected Christ for many reasons. But let
was
me
that
finish.
because
Let me finish the
was that
story, if
because
I
they
may.
were all marked by the beast already
Okay,
right then?
but
The whole of
let me finish the
the
story,
whole of
if I may.
Judea, which means everybody in the Old Testament was marked by the beast because they didn't accept the word of this new Jesus.
Okay,
And Jesus did not fulfill a single prophecy of the Jews.
okay. So even though
That's why the Jews
Matthew
didn't accept
knew,
him.
even well, not according to Matthew, even though Matthew knew that the prophecy had already been fulfilled literally by Isaiah and his wife, who came together and had a child. They named the child in chapter 8. The child is born. Matthew reads this and says, oh, no, this was talking about Jesus. Why do you think he did that?
I have because he was one of his disciples.
To ad hoc manipulate and twist the Jewish scriptures to make it form and fit Jesus.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Delirium. So that's the point. It was intentional. So pointing out the fact that all of these things happened in the Old Testament. Now, if you want to go the path of Delirium and scream conspiracy theory, go right ahead. We don't really care.
It's not conspiracy theory. That Jesus did not fulfill a single prophecy in the original context that the prophecy was meant to be fulfilled in. They were all twisted ad hoc in order to artificially fit Jesus. Which is why Jesus
So this is
we've
exactly
already
what I'm
got
talking about. This
but
is
we've already
exactly what
got a
I was
good
just saying.
theory. We've already got a
Perfect.
good
Thank you,
theory
Delirium, for
as
proving
to
my
why
point.
that was because everybody in Judea, in fact, the entire planet, apart from Jesus's disciples at that point, they were all marked by the beast because none of them believed in Jesus, wanted Jesus, needed Jesus. They were all just marked. The entire world was in control of this beast, and most of it still is even after, because most Christians are fake Christians. You bother to read the Bible, as you know, 90% of all the people that call themselves Christians never bothered to.
Well, that's a good point you made, Delirium. But and that's exactly my point. If you would take the time to listen, the
You've been
authors
doing
of the
talking.
New
We've been
Testament. Hold on,
listening.
relax. The authors of the New Testament purposely did this. They did this on purpose. This was not a mistake. This was not an error. They intentionally read into the Old Testament Jesus. Now, the question is, why did they do that? And did they have the authority to do that? And does that make sense logically? I would say yes. Because the Old Testament is not designed to give you a direct prophecy of Jesus. That would have been the dumbest God ever. And probably you would have done something like that if you were God. But the God of the
Not
Bible,
me.
the God of the Bible is a lot more intelligent than you, Delirium. So
That's
he's
not
not
true at
going to
all.
give. So he's not going to give
Which
direct.
God of the Bible,
Hold on,
Yahweh
hold
or
on. I'm
Jesus?
showing you right now how stupid your idea was, and that our God is not as dumb as you. Okay, no offense.
Oh, so
But listen up,
everybody,
listen up. Let me tell
everybody,
you how. Let me tell you why.
everybody else's God on the planet, which is
Let me
including
quickly
ninety
explain
percent,
why. I'm not going to be long with you.
including 90% of all Christians,
Yeah,
because they never
let me
bother to read the
explain why, and then
Bible.
I'll deal with
Their
your
God,
issue.
their God is not the true God that
No, it's not.
Jesus
Yeah, and I
was.
can demonstrate that. So I'm not just going to run my mouth like you would perhaps to say all gods are the same because they all start with the letter G. So this was intentional in that they
And since
understood the
intersection,
prophecies had already been fulfilled.
So
Okay,
basically, you're telling me that I can go with the God Krishna and have just as much effect because Krishna's promised me a place in heaven beside him, and he did it a very long time before Jesus bothered
can I
to.
just finish what I'm saying before you
So we don't need your Jesus
start
or your
the
God if
conversation?
it's a separate God, because there was already better
Okay,
gods
you
in
don't need God.
existence
That's fine.
before
He doesn't
Jesus
need you
turned
either.
up.
He doesn't need you.
are we allowed to reply after you give your little thing?
Yeah,
That's
I
my
just
thing.
wanted to get it out first, but I keep getting
Whip it out, big boy. Let's have it.
okay. So what you're saying that Jesus did not directly fulfill every jot and tittle of the prophecy
Not
is
a
what
single
Matthew
one.
is saying. Hold on. Matthew is saying that was never God's intention in the first place. Jesus was saying that was never God's intention in the first place to give you direct, detailed prophecies about who Messiah would be, his name. It does give his birthplace, but that's it directly. It doesn't give a lot of direct evidence about who Jesus is. Why is that? Why does that make sense logically if you're thinking? Because if his enemies would be able to go in and get direct prophecy about who he was, and it wasn't hidden or encrypted in some sense, then they would have killed him before his time.
No, they wouldn't have. He was God. He would have done something to
Or
prevent
they
it.
wouldn't have killed him. The
Hey,
Bible even says that
hey,
they would not have killed him if they had known he was Messiah. They would not have killed him. But what was the plan of God? The plan of God was for him to be killed. So it would make sense for God to hide Jesus in the Old Testament and not reveal him fully. It would make sense so that people would not say, "Oh, we better not touch him."
Wait,
Because
Hey,
wait,
I'm
wait.
gonna shut.
Also,
I'm
wait
gonna.
a second.
No, hold on a
Why
minute,
did
Robin. Robin, hold on a
There's
minute. I'm gonna shut the room down in 15 minutes. Okay, so y'all got 15 more minutes. So,
Okay.
all right.
finish up for us, Jill. Let's bring it home, big boy.
that's it. It would make perfect sense for God to conceal the matter, not to directly show you who Messiah would be, but to give you hints, not clear cut, explicit, detailed accounts of who Messiah would be. Otherwise, they would not kill him. They would say, "We better not touch him because that is God's son. That is God in the flesh." So these matters were hid from people. In fact, Jesus even says this. He says that I speak in parables because this isn't for everyone to know about the kingdom of God and Christ and all of these things that are coming and in the Old Testament. It's not for everyone to know about these things. So for you to say, "Oh, Jesus didn't fulfill a direct prophecy in it," that was intentional.
So you're
So we're
saying,
allowed to respond now. Are we allowed to respond or what?
Yeah, yeah.
can I go first? So you're saying that God was intentionally vague so that
Yes,
people like me just won't understand his word because
yes.
he doesn't actually want me to find my way to his kingdom?
Well, in this case, he did not want people to find out who Messiah would be before his time, because the plan was for Messiah to die and to be crucified and for them to reject Christ so that he may show his power in forgiveness and judgments. he may glorify himself in those decisions. He wants people to reject, he wants people to accept, but not all. So it would make sense to hide Jesus. If Jesus is explicitly spelled out, his name, his birth mother, what do you think would have happened naturally? We'd have 1,000 copycats for one.
Well, Herod would have been able to find him and kill him before he was born, for starters.
Exactly.
But why couldn't he just do what the Lord Krishna did, and when his own birth mother was killed, just swap wombs? God can do that, you know.
Well, the thing that when people say that, when atheists say that, I just sort of cringe. It's like, if God does this every time he needs to do something you think he should do, then science would be rendered meaningless. If God performs a miracle every time your favorite actor, you know, if he performs Kurt Cobain, if he performs a miracle every time your favorite actor shoots up heroin and rescues him, then the science of heroin would have to change. But
I have a question for Darklight. Darklight, have you seen miracles in your lifetime?
I don't believe in miracles. There's no such thing as a miracle.
You believe in the natural miracles, though. I've heard you speaking.
No. Okay, when you say miracle, that sounds like you're smuggling in supernaturalism, and I don't believe in anything supernatural.
No, but nature itself holds several miracles, like how a tadpole finds the energy to become a frog. That's a miracle, right?
No, I wouldn't call that a miracle at all. That's a naturalistic phenomenon.
It's just luck.
That's all. There's naturalistic explanations for everything, but I do have a couple things. If I could, I do got a couple things. So the way you're talking about that, you keep saying, why would they have prophecies giving you specific things pointing to Jesus? And that's smuggling in the presupposition that Jesus is the Messiah. So you keep saying that the prophecies aren't specific, but that's not true at all. The prophecies are very specific, and Jesus did not fulfill a single one of those very specific prophecies without alteration to the original context to which they were created.
Right. Because that was the point. The point was Jesus says that in Jesus's first sermon, he does something really, really interesting. He walks into the temple. No one had ever seen this guy before in his life. This is his first time actually out in the field, if you will. He walks into the temple. He walks over to the attendant who's holding the Isaiah scroll. He grabs the Isaiah scroll from the attendant, turns to a portion, not all, just a few sentences, reads the few sentences totally out of context. He doesn't care because that wasn't the intention. And he says, today, this passage is fulfilled in me today. You can imagine the jaws that just dropped and hit like, who is this guy? He's barely 50 years old. He's not a rabbi. He came in
He
here and
wasn't a
grabbed the
rabbi
most
when he was
sacred.
12, and he's told the rabbis what he could do in the
Right.
temple.
Right.
So
He grabs
Jesus
the
was
most
telling rabbis what he could do his entire life. That's nothing new.
Right. But in this case, he grabs the most sacred of their documents, of their prophetic documents, and reads a portion of it and says, "This applies to me right now." So this isn't
And that's why they killed him. And that's why they killed him right there. Any prophet which attempts to change or alter any one of the verses of the Torah shall be killed. That's what goes from the Torah.
Supposition, buddy. Jesus is claiming, the heir to the linguistic prophetic throne. He is claiming that was the original intention of Yahweh, who he's claiming he is.
Which is why they killed him.
So go argue with Jesus, not Christians. Jesus is the one who does this. Matthew does it after the pattern of Jesus. But
Jesus isn't around to defend himself. Jesus needs people like you to defend him.
Jesus says, Moses wrote about me. Is he lying?
Yes, Jesus is a liar. JIL stands for Jesus is liar.
In your
If Jesus said he
atheist,
was God, he's a liar.
in your opinion, atheist.
Well,
So it's
no,
I'm not an
I'm not
atheist.
an
I just
atheist.
don't
I'm
believe
not
that
an
Jesus
atheist.
is God.
so
I'm
you're
not an
stuck,
atheist.
basically.
I
So
See,
believe in
that's
God.
the point. You've got two non-atheists right here telling you that you keeping all of your faith and all of your worth comes from this guy Jesus. Eh? I
we
think you're the
presuppose
crazy one, not me, because my
we
worth doesn't come from Jesus. My worth comes from God.
we only presuppose that Jesus was telling the truth. Okay, that's all we presuppose.
That's it. That's it,
Yeah,
guys. That is all. That's it.
that's it. The text says what it says. Jesus came in, grabbed the Isaiah scroll, read a portion of it. He didn't care about the context. This was intentionally done. He is claiming
Jesus
that
was
that
like,
was God's intention from the
all the work
beginning.
that I did
That's
before with
why.
ye
That's why we
Israelites
have.
counts for naught. I am
That's
now here for the second time, and everything that I said in the Old Testament is meaningless.
that's why we have the term. Christians have later coined the term. The Old Testament is the New Testament concealed, and the New Testament is the Old Testament revealed.
Not a single verse of my Torah shall be changed, added to, or subtracted from. The New
Ooh,
Testament is an entire addition to the
ooh.
Torah.
Let me show you something, buddy. Glad you quoted that verse. Because Jesus is coming on the scene. Listen to this. Let me pull that up for you so I can get you a chapter and a verse.
Yeah, God realized that he made a terrible mistake with the Jews and then came back to fix it.
Yeah,
First off,
sure.
I would
God came
you
back to
like to
fix it. Let me read
acknowledge.
something to you. I want your thoughts on this. I'm going to read this to you. And
I'll give
Jesus
it.
does this several times. He uses this phrase several times. You have heard that it was said to those of old, speaking of what? The Old Testament. But I say, what? Who do you think you are, Jesus? Yahweh? That's in Matthew 5.
I
That's in
who
John
is
6.
not God.
That's all over the place in the Bible. So again, delirium. Jesus is stepping on the scene and claiming something different than what you're presupposing. You're presupposing that he changed this, he changed that, he did this, he took things out of context. No, Jesus was saying that this was given to you out of context. I'm coming to put it in light, to put shed light on the context as to what it was really referring to.
So,
Me.
so let's examine that. Let's examine that. So if the Old Testament, that's supposed to be the word of the all-knowing, all-powerful God, right? But yet, anytime you try to invalidate any of that, what you're really trying to do is say that the all-knowing, all-powerful God did not actually write the Old Testament. Anytime you attempt to change any part about that, so it's so funny. Christians,
100%.
Christians, who did I just quote? You have heard it said of old.
Yeah,
You have
Jesus is
heard
a
it
liar.
said of
Yeah,
Moses.
what I said
But I
yesterday,
say. Now,
what I
let me.
said yesterday as God no longer counts unless I say it counts.
Okay, so
I am
what is he
God and
doing?
I have changed my mind, is what Jesus said.
Now, is he changing the Old Testament? No. Let me show you an example.
Absolutely.
Matthew
Absolutely.
chapter 5. Let me show you an example. Matthew chapter 5. You have heard it said of those of old, you shall not murder, and whoever murders will be liable to judgment. But I say to you, you shall murder. No, that's not what Jesus does. He does not change the law. What does he do? He elevates the law. That's a nervous laughter. Let's keep
No, that's
reading.
not. That's hilarious, bro.
What does Jesus
Let's get
do?
to that point. You
Hold
don't
on.
get to
Let me
this
finish the
game.
text, sir. Let me finish the text.
You've been
Can I
straight
finish the
finishing.
text?
Right. Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
let's finish the text first. Okay. You have heard it said of old. He does not change anything. You have heard it said of old. Let me go back to that one. It's like four of them in this text
It does
total.
not change anything. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let me
Got 4
read the
minutes.
second.
After
Uh,
you're done, Jill, I get to drop a whole list of all the different things that he's changed.
you have said
You
it.
got
You have
4
heard it
minutes.
said. You have heard it said. I'll use adultery. I can't remember the other one. I think it was murder, the other one. But he says it's like 20 times. I don't know how you missed it. It's so obvious. You have said it. You shall not commit adultery. But I say to you, commit adultery. No, he's not changing anything. Listen, I say to you, anyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has also committed adultery in his heart. So he elevates the law from just physical actions to now in thoughts and intention. If you even think about doing it, you are committing adultery, not in the same sense, but in your mind, in your heart, but not in a physical sense. So he's not changing the law. He's making it even harder for you.
Yeah, thought
Boom.
crimes. Okay, y'all,
Boom.
we're gonna shut down because like it's down to 3 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Um,
We will continue, Jill. We're just wetting the
Thank you.
appetite for me
Thank
and
you
Jill
for sharing
one-on-one.
your time with me.
Anytime after
And
9 p.m.
if yeah, and I'll find you eventually again because I've got 100 more things to add to that. But you're gonna have fun because your Jesus is gonna become a still man in no time.
well,
So
Jill comes by here quite a bit to visit most time when I have a stream. So, and Dane is here too a lot. So,
I'm Dane Darklight on Facebook. If anyone wants to reach out to me, I do got a whole list of things that Jesus changed about the Jewish religion. So we can get into that later. And one-on-one, me and Jill are gonna have here soon over on his channel.
And including the
Yeah,
fact that Jesus said it was okay to
soon.
murder people as well.
As
and
soon as you
Robin, do
make
you
a
want to tell
commitment.
people where they can find you? Like the where
I'm called the Social Prosperity Charter.
yeah,
The
but like
socialist.
you can find him on the finding
Yeah,
those.
yeah. All one word, small letters at Social Prosperity Charter. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
speak to you guys soon. I'm signing off. Bye bye.
All
Thank
right.
you.
See you
Bye,
guys.
Robin.
Thanks for
Bye,
having me.
Dane.
Appreciate you.
You
Jill,
guys
do you
have a
want
good night.
to give your channel out?
I
I guess
mean,
not.
uh,
He left.
I can't post anything on my main channel. I do have a theology channel, but I haven't been posting on it either because I'm afraid of getting my main. I got to back up all my content off my main channel before I start posting again, pretty much because I don't want them to erase all my fucking hundreds of videos. I got
Okay.
750 videos.
All right.
But thank you for having me on, though. I am the brightest night. I am the darkest light, and I am ascending, as are we all. The dark light is upon you. Stay beautiful, motherfuckers.
Bye, Dane. Thank y'all for coming in and keeping it civil. And Jill and Objective Ethics will be debating on May the 16th on this channel. You'll be able to see them have the debate, and you can go to Objective Ethics channel and check out his debate from last night between Ace Philosophy and Nathaniel. It was a great debate. And go by BS Lewis's and watch the stream with Dr. Kip Davis. And Objective Ethics also had Austin Sims on today with a great presentation on evolution. And one more. Subscribe to Simos Funk because he is almost to 500. Thank you. Good night. Love y'all.